again, everybody, and welcome inside Cable Dama Arena. Alongside Eric Bergroot, I'm Nick Vassos. Kansas City and St. Louis wrap up their I-70 series with a game here tonight. Comets have an opportunity to win the regular season series 4-2, but not so fast. We know how St. Louis and Kansas City play. It's always a tough matchup between these two. Comets are coming off a tough 9-8 loss up in Milwaukee. They did earn a point. The overtime loss was difficult for the players, but one of the players, Eric, what did you think of the game?
What do I think of the game? They needed to bring something back home, and they brought back 1 point. Clearly, they would have preferred the 2, which would have been an overtime win. But what was good about that game is Milwaukee had grabbed a point here earlier in the season. So in some ways, it was like evening the series out. So a good result, not the perfect result they wanted.
One of the Comets' key players in that game was from the back line, and it's a player that Eric and I have talked a lot about this season, and he seems to be getting things going.
Yeah, and since we're talking about Kansas City and St. Louis, Ray Lee, defender, played his college soccer at St. Louis University. 3 goals, 2 assists that game. Some of those goals were monster. What we've been looking for all season, they found ways on set pieces to get him in the action, and I would look for him to try to light it up again today.
And ironically, or conspicuously, another player who played his college career in St. Louis is another spotlight player tonight for St. Louis, and he has been their leading scorer.
What a player, Robbie Christo,
yeah.
And he's been a Comet killer this season. So last game in St. Louis, scored the game-tying goal with 0.9 seconds left in regulation. Last time here at Cable Dome Arena, Robbie Christo had a hat trick. So for sure, we're going to keep an eye out on him. Both of them stars for the SLU Billikens.
All right, Kansas City and St. Louis need points. It's going to be a good one here at Cable Dome Arena. Eric and I are come back with the first half kick right after this.
Introducing Domino's new leftovers. It's the same delicious pizza you expect from Domino's, but instead of eating it all tonight, you save some for tomorrow. Sure, it's hot and melty and really delicious, but resist the temptation and you have Domino's leftovers. Domino's leftovers are delicious straight from the toaster oven. They're delicious straight from the skillet.
Who reheats cold pizza?
Right now, you can try Domino's leftovers yourself when you get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each. Enjoy one tonight, love one tomorrow.
Skip the waiting room. With Cable Dahmer Connect, powered by Lyft, we'll come to you. We will pick up your vehicle at your home or office and drop it off once the work is complete. Simply schedule your appointment online at cabledahmer.com to get started.
Stars through the perilous fight, were the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a nice job there by the Belinder Elementary Choir singing our national anthem. I saw Charlie Douglas there in the first row. A special hello to my son watching at home along with his best friend, Fletcher Douglas. Great to have you guys here, and great to have everybody all around the country to join us here for tonight's game. The I-70 series, these two teams wrapping up the regular season series. Kansas City leading 3-2, and St. Louis would like nothing better than to come in here and wreck the I-70 series for Kansas City.
They would. Actually, quite a few Ambush fans in the house. Some of the staff in the house, too. We talked to Lux St. Louis.
Yep.
DJ Peru's here, too, so good to see them. It's a big game for both teams. Let's start with St. Louis. If you're St. Louis and you're currently battling for that last playoff spot with Harrisburg coming up in the rearview mirror, you need every point that you can get. Comets, different deal. They played a lot of games. They need to try to keep up with Milwaukee. 3 points is critical for them tonight.
And the thick of the season is coming ahead for the Comets with 2 games against Florida, a game against Milwaukee, and 2 against Baltimore. For St. Louis, they are in 6th position in the Eastern Conference. They have 10 points. Record is 4-6-1. The Comets are holding down 3rd place. They are 4 points clear of Baltimore right now. 17 points and a record of 5-4-4. Both teams need points, and this is going to be a good one.
Be a good one. 2 audiences watching, 38th the spot here in Kansas City. Twitch all over the place. Need to do a Twitch shout out. The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on Twitch. Send us a message in the chat, and we might read it live on air during tonight's broadcast. I may tee up a question or two. We already got a question, Nick Vassos. Are we going to be streaming your game at halftime? We're going to show part of it for sure. We still have to do league interviews, etc.
Yep.
But we're going to try to get a few minutes of Nick Vasso's team and those beautiful red jerseys.
I see Mr. John Murray down there in the front row in his usual position. Yeah, the media game is tonight, so you're going to see my round-shaped body running on the blue turf tonight. It's going to be a melee. 20 for Team Vassos, 20 for Team Serrano. It's going to be fun.
All you need to know is hashtag Team Vassos, and we're good to go. Want to see a game live? Visit Sports Illustrated Tickets for the best tickets to see the MASL action in your favorite arenas.
Comets are without several players tonight. James Togba remains out. He's still in concussion protocol. And John Sosa is serving a 1-game suspension for card accumulation, point accumulation. So he's out tonight. Also, Rian Marks is not playing tonight. He is out because of personal reasons. And we don't have Benji Monreal as well. So 4 key players for Kansas City out tonight. For St. Louis, JT Thomas still out with an Achilles, but he is getting closer. You and I chatted with him before the game, and he's feeling a whole lot better. And
he was juggling a ball, so he's looking good.
Also, Greg Kranz has a growing injury. He won't play. And Greg Scharf did not make the trip from St. Louis down here. Wyatt Fowler is going to be in his place, the kid from Olathe, Kansas.
Sunflower State product. There you go. A lot of connections between these two teams. We mentioned that 2 SLU guys on both teams. Ray Lee for the Comets and Robbie Cristo. But some of these guys have battled over the years. A lot of connections.
A lot of godly games in the MASL tonight also. Baltimore taking on Harrisburg. Florida is at Dallas. Empire Strikers, who are on fire, are down in Chihuahua. And Monterrey is at Tacoma a little bit later on tonight.
App Card Wallet. Quintas has everything you need to manage your money your way. Visit Quintas.com today to learn more. Look at that Keith Tozer signature on that beautiful ball.
There's the commissioner's signature. I like that. And there's Paulo, one of the most dynamic, best goalies in all of the MASL. He is worth the price of admission to watch. He's going to be in goal tonight for St. Louis. It'll be fun to watch him.
And watch Leo Gibson. Because of all the changes on the back line right now, Leo Gibson has dropped to the back line. And we're going to talk about his goal-scoring record prowess.
Yep. Here's a quick pass right up Main Street. Lucas Almeida trying to chase it down, but right into the breadbasket of Neto. Over to Leo Gibson. He's moving it down the far touchline. He kicks it long into the last third, and Paulo takes it off 2 hops. No score here between Kansas City and St. Louis, just underway here at Cable Dahmer Arena.
We expect to see Nacho drop back on that second line of defense. Changes the Comets needed to make, but hey, every team makes adjustments this time of the season.
How about Ray Lee? He just drew the foul last week in Milwaukee. 3 goals, 2 assists.
Looked good both ways. Otto Yahic, we missed him last couple games. Good to see him back here for the ambush.
St. Louis native. He'll help in the scoring department for sure. Comets into the corner for Junior Kazim. Over the top of Junior and then pop back away from St. Louis. Lucas Souza holds it in and then sends it back to Nacho. Nacho's had a good season this year. Nacho's got he's got a total of 8 goals so far. It's correction, 6 goals and 2 assists, total of 8 points. Here's Kazim in the corner, trying to slot it through to get it to Milos Vucic. Broken up by St. Louis, and Kansas City will reset.
Good to see Marcel Berry back for the ambush. He was devastating in that game at St. Louis last time. Basically led to 2 shootout opportunities. And Lucas Sosa may still have nightmares having to guard him, and there they are battling again.
Yeah, really nice player, Marcel Berry. Been battling a toe injury, but he's good to go, and he's in there tonight, and he has the ball. 13.5 to play in the first quarter. Comets with high pressure, and Berry dances between 2 red jerseys, plays it over to Christian Briggs. He sends it over the half line. St. Louis will go for changes. Kansas City will dig it out of the corner, and here comes Big Mike. De Silva over to Gibson. Oh, and making his first appearance is Atkins. Whoops, excuse me. Ball played into Paulo.
You were going to just say the big guy, right?
Yeah, I was going to say the big guy, but it's Atkins Banton.
We're in 49. Not your normal indoor number, but hey, you know.
Big guy Bill.
Personality.
The players call him Big Guy Bill. He's been training with the team for several months, and he's getting his opportunity. Also, the Comets have made several roster changes today, announced by managing partner Brian Budzinski. Nick McDonald, Mirko Sandovari, Odain Sinclair, and Josue Mason have been put on waivers. They are free to negotiate with any team who might want to acquire their services. Comets trying to race down the other end of the field, and Kevin Ellis kicks it away. Here's a header, get it towards the goal. Not enough on that one from Junior, and Paulo quickly sends it out towards the half line. It's William Eske. He gets by Sodal. Eske still going forward. Here's a shot and a save. Correction, blocked by Banton. That one saved by Curtis, or that shot was Curtis Kirby. And Banton records his first block as a Comet.
So we were told they were going to try to turn him into a target player, but right now they need help on the back line, so you go where they need you, right?
Here's St. Louis again trying to slot it through to Eske. The ball rolls through. Neto kicks it aside. Eske gets it back. Front and center for Yahic. Yahic away from the goal. Back to Briggs. Correction, that's Niamsi. Niamsi kicked it right to Gibson. Kansas City a 3-2 lead in the season series. This is the final game of the series. And a foul called against St. Louis. Comets will have it.
And interestingly, all 3 games at the Family Arena went to overtime.
So the Comets able to steal a point in each of those cases.
Well, they stole 2 points in one and one in the other 2.
Yep.
Both games here were regulation wins for the Comets.
In fact, the Comets have the most overtime losses in the MASL, twice as many as any other team. Here's Ramon Palmer.
I have a theory about this, Nick.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, I'd love to hear it.
So the theory is we've gotten away from the asking Nick Vassos who's going to be the hero. Because
yes,
we've gotten away from that. So
right.
If it comes to overtime, I'm going to ask you that.
Okay. Here's Marcel Berry. Plays it front and center to Pepe. Kirby. Duduka. Off the boards. Neto reads it perfectly and kicks it out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Louis.
Duduka's feeling pretty good. Had the game winner at the Family Arena. Last game, took off his shirt, went crazy, got really emotional. Duduka's trying to go Wallace scorer there, and well read there by Neto.
10:43 left in this opening quarter between Kansas City and St. Louis. Berry gets by Schmerman, lost the touch. Neto goes down. Kansas City trying to counter, and it's Gutierrez. Correction, Guti. He stopped us before the game here, and it says, fellas. You don't have to announce my whole name. Just call me Guti.
I said, just like Xavi. He's like, yeah, so there you are.
Yeah. So we'll go with Guti. And he's looked good since he's been in the lineup.
We've called Eske's name a lot. Both Eske and Berry, their first step, they are explosive, and the Comets cannot let them get on odd man breaks because either of them will make you pay.
Eske, their second leading scorer with 9 points, is also their second leading shot blocker. So Eske's a good two-way player for St. Louis. We'll keep an eye on him. Here's Andreos.
Definitely on the shorthanded team. Is one of the best in the league scoring shorthanded goals.
Under 10 to play in the opening quarter.
Good step over.
Here's Banton. Centers it across the Sodal, who takes a crack at it, and that one wide to the right. Now Andreos settles it, gets it back over to Sodal. Now Sodal sends it over to Christian, driven in and broken up by the ambush. Fought for the ball in the corner. One player goes down. Nacho gives it a rip from the yellow line, and it goes out of bounds.
Foul on Andreas. I was talking to Brian Martin before the game. He finally got to call a game with Brian Miller up in Tacoma. He said that was a great experience.
You know, I think I've really caused some problems for both referee Brian Martin and Brian Miller. They now often get mixed up.
Oh, totally. You started it. So we're waiting patiently for Ryan Sigish to schedule a Brian Miller, Brian Martin game here. We will definitely get a photo of the four of us.
100%. Paulo's got it. Paulo with a 4-3-1 record. His goals against average is 5, and he saves about 75% of the shots that come his way.
Look at Kevin Ellis saying, give me the ball. I'm all by myself, and nobody sees him.
Paulo kicks it up to the half line. Ellis heads it over to Daduka, who took it on the volley and launches it out of bounds.
Want free mobile service for life? Download the Quintas app today and use promo code MASL.
Interesting statistic for St. Louis. I don't know if you knew this or not, Eric, but St. Louis Ambush are 0-5 on Saturdays.
I did not know that.
So last time we played them was on a Friday. It was down in St. Louis, and they won. So we'll see what happens here today on Saturday, because St. Louis has not played well on Saturday.
Is this like the Jacksonville Jaguars Travis Lawrence thing, where
yes.
he always wins on Saturdays and they lost?
There's head coach Jeff Locker leading his ambush team, trying to get back to 500, get the 3 points here tonight, tie up the season series. Here's Big Mike Da Silva. On back to Schmerman. Schmerman's loving being a new dad. Now Palmer. Palmer dribbles it in across the yellow line, back to Leo. Then right side for Schmerman. Schmerman's bad touch, and the ball's turned over up to Eske. Here comes Eske, blue turf. He's going to lay it out, and a shot to Yahic, who shoots and a save. Rebound shot, score! It's Lucas Almeida. And a section of nearly 200 are standing on their feet, rooting on their coach, Lucas Almeida.
We talk about Eske on the counter. Nice pass to Yahic. Neto did what he had to do, and
timeout on the field, 7:54 left to play in the opening quarter. St. Louis, the early 1-0 lead on 38th the spot.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come, it's good for
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. This is Kansas City. This is my town. I started a personal injury law firm here because I wanted to help people here. And that's what my team and I do every single day. If you're hurt in Kansas City, I've got this.
well, we're back. We just heard from the professor, first citing from him, that the Comets are 4-2 on Saturdays. We were just talking about that. We'll come back at a Stomp in Action. I thought very carefully about this week's trivia question. We'll get there in a minute. Back to you, Nick.
So Lucas Almeida, the first tally of the game, and a penalty. The first penalty is coming up, and that's going to go against Atkins Banton. The big guy is going to be sent off for 2 minutes, and that's going to give a power play to St. Louis.
And once again, we saw Eske on the goal, and look at that step. That first step from Marcel Berry, and already both of them are having an impact on tonight's game. Oh, And for the 9,846th time in Kansas City indoor soccer history, it's once again time to get behind the Rat Patrol as the Comets try to kill another penalty.
Here we go. Almeida from the right wing launches one wide. And then Cristo on the volley goes left. Driven back in by Almeida. Ball pinballing around and kicked out by KC. Kevin Ellis retrieves it for the ambush. The Kansas City, Missouri native, former Sporting KC player. To Cristo, drives one in, and that one blocked by Lee and by Gibson. Back to Paulo. 1:30 left on the advantage to St. Louis. Right side Almeida, quickly down to the corner to Duca. Back to Lucas, and that one taken away by Big Mike, and just kicks it back towards the half line, and the Comets will jump back to their yellow line and wait for St. Louis to walk it up. Ellis, near side Cristo. Back to Kevin. Near side Cristo. Last time out between these two teams, Kevin Ellis held scoreless. Oh, now Cristo, good chance here. Save made by Neto. Big chance there by St. Louis. And Neto closed the door.
That one you kind of thought Cristo was going to bury it too. Somebody in the chat wrote pencil and a hat trick for Cristo. That could definitely happen tonight.
No doubt about it. Here's Cristo again, left wing, back to Ellis, out on the point, 35 seconds left on the advantage. Battle for the ball, and a foul is called against Mike De Silva.
Fans don't like it, but that was definitely the right call. Professor, see what you started, Nick? Comets are 48 and 28 all time on Saturday.
Here's Ellis on the restart. 33 seconds left to power play time for the ambush. Ellis walks up on it. Eske tried to pass it to the corner, broke it up by Gibson. Gibson battles Eske. Now they play it far side for Almeida into Eske. Another save is made by Neto, and Eske goes over the top of Neto, and Neto shaken up just a little bit. Our officials tonight, by the way, are Kyle Trimble, he's the crew chief, and Brian Martin is the referee. The assistant referee is Nathan Calling, and the fourth official is Kyle Armstrong, and in the penalty box is Brendan Sweetman. Got an experienced crew tonight. Kyle Trimble in his 13th season and Brian Martin in his 24th year officiating indoor soccer games. Eske with a drive up top. Save, Neto! Rebound shot, save again! Neto on fire early on.
Some highlight as Phil Lavanco works on his saves of the week. Get some of those Neto highlights going. Big point-blank saves there.
Cristo a drive and a block by Gibson of the Comets. Headed back by St. Louis to Ray Lee. Now Lee going long. And Baton with a bicycle from the corner. He's back out there.
He's feeling his Benji Monreal. Felt the ball go into the seats, though.
The big guy can get up. Atkins Baton making his debut here for the Kansas City Comets.
Let's take another look. He's thinking it. He wasn't quite sure where he was shooting it, but he was definitely feeling it there.
Struck it well. Both teams, even strength. Comets with the ball deep in the corner. It squirts out to Schmerman. Schmerman left side for Andreos. Correction, Goody. Now back to Schmerman. Now front and center for Nacho. Again, the Comets don't have John Sosa, who would normally be playing where Nacho is right now. Into the corner for Junior Kazim. Kazim. Marked by two players. They double team him and then kick it over to the Comets half of the field with under 5 to play in the first.
These teams have seen each other a lot. This is game 6. Neto, very interestingly, does not touch the ball. That way they have passing options.
Smart play there by Neto. Up to Schmerman. Schmerman finds Goody on the left wing. Goody marked by Barry, crosses into the middle looking for Junior. Now Sosa walks up on it and sends it wide. Rebound shot just off the top of the glass. Schmerman heads it in, shot, saved by Paulo. Good strike there by Kazim.
So Phil Lavanco is watching this. Now you have another highlight to put in saves of the week.
What a great exchange there.
Back and forth. Loose ball.
Good.
Nice pass and first time shot.
Great shot.
Kazim hit that fast. What a reaction save from Paulo.
Ref's going for a new ball. He struck that one so well, I think he may turn it into an egg.
Otherwise known as the Brazilian Rob Lowe, as Joey Zanaboni and Matt Rocchio say.
Restart KC. Nacho's going to restart it in the corner. Up top, it goes to Souza, who shoots. Rebounds in! Score! Kansas City! We're level at 1, and Lucas Souza, the Comets' leading scorer, ties it.
Take a look on the replay. Nacho, instead of John Sosa, ricochet. Count at Lucas Sosa. Let's do one more look. Lucas Sosa. So Paulo deflected it off the post, it went in. Count the assist for Nacho. Lucas Sosa keeps scoring goals, Nick.
Nacho, his 3rd assist on the year, and for Lucas Souza, that is number 12 for the Brazilian, and we are tied at 1 with 4:23 left to play in the opening quarter. Here's SK walking it in, and Neto able to scoop it up. Neto over to Gibson. Gibson's pass up to the half line. Ray Lee's got it. Yahic in front of him. And now Kazim gets it back. Here's Junior. He feeling it. He sent that one just above the crossbar. It comes off to Sodal. Front and center, Leo. Christian Briggs sends it long. Leo gathers it back up, plays it right into the box. Headed away there to Christian Briggs. Pair of threes are working there in the corner. Back to Paulo. Paulo boots it up to SK. Williams settles it on the blue turf. And on back to Pepe. Pepe has yet to score a goal this year, but he does have 10 blocks on the season, contributing on the back line for the ambush. Neto's got it for the Comets. Neto over to Leo, and then up to Schmerman. Tight defense by St. Louis.
Smart play by Leo to head it back to Neto so he could handle it. Toss the ball down the field.
Biomsi with a header towards the half line. He gets the ball back. De Silva comes in, rips the ball away. Now a fight for it. Squirts out to Schmerman. Over to Palmer. Palmer moves to his left. Now to his right. His left against Shook. Save made by Paulo. Comes right back to Ramon. And Palmer kicks it to the center circle to Leo.
How many times have I said goalkeeping yet tonight?
Probably 5 or 6 times already.
I've probably thought it if I haven't said it. Both goalkeepers have been terrific. It's kind of funny in the Twitch chat as one of Neto's biggest critics isn't in the chat because he's here at the game. He's a St. Louis Ambush fan on Twitch, but he's here at the game. But,
nice.
He's never shy to share his thoughts about Neto's play on the field.
In fact, in Section 109, there are probably 200 fans in Section 109, and about half of them are here for Lucas Almeida. He is the coach for Lou Foos Athletics, LFA. Anyway, they're playing. Their teams are playing in Kansas City this weekend, so they got a bunch of tickets, and they're out there watching their coach, Lucas, out on the field.
That's fantastic that it worked out that way.
Yeah. Got another nice crowd here in the building, close to 4,000. Here's Guernsey, their leading shot blocker. Tried to play it over to the Duca, but right to the Comets. And then up to Atkins, Banton. The big guy lost it, right back to Duca. Duca turns and fires. That one partially blocked by Souza. And then Leo got a touch on that one. Leo again, on over to Kazim, but a little bit too strong, and it goes into the St. Louis bench.
Got a couple birthday shout-outs to former Comets players. Happy birthday to Gary Collier, who played briefly with the Comets in between stints with the Sockers and the Sting. I got one more for you.
Ooh, a long one goes off the top of the dasher boards. And then the Comets head it back to Neto. Neto bangs it off the boards. And then Nacho sends it high into the rafters, and it comes back down just before the yellow line. That was almost a 3-line pass. Nacho said, I knew it all the way. It was going to be less than that. Almeida trying to split the defense. Poked away by Andorreos. De Silva comes back. Pinballing around by both teams on the Comets' yellow line. Andorreos lost it, and all the way back for Paulo.
From your attack days,
Happy birthday to former Attack goalkeeper Phil Salvaggio.
Oh, how about that?
The owner and coach of the 16-time champion San Diego Sockers.
Boy,
they looked really good last night.
They're about as close to perfection as you can get. I mean, they're 10-0, and their keeper, Boris Pardo, former Kansas City Comet, has just been sparkling in goal.
My midseason pick for MVP of the league.
Yep.
The numbers that he's putting up are historic in the nearly 50 years of indoor soccer.
Speaking of numbers, Leo is approaching some pretty impressive numbers in terms of an all-time Kansas City great. Leo is just
11 goals behind Kevin Ketter's all-time.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit harder when he's playing in the back line, though.
For sure. Eske up with the ball. 2 Comet players back. Forward to Almeida, who shoots. And at the horn, save made by Neto, moving to his left. Entertaining first quarter between these two I-70 rivals. And at the end of the first 15, Kansas City won. St. Louis won. You're watching the MASL on 38 The Spot and Twitch.
Continental Siding wants to thank the brave men and women who have served or are still serving in the armed forces. We love living in the United States because of them. Now we want to help them love their home by providing them with a free, seamless polymer siding project. We're giving them our best because that's what they deserve.
After coming back from the Navy, I needed some help with my home, and I'm very thankful to have been chosen by Continental to receive the Siding for Service Members project. Now my home is it's warm and safe and maintenance free, so I can spend more time focusing on being a dad.
I'm Daniel, Executive Director for Team Fidelis. We are helping Continental with the selection process by vetting all nominations to ensure the most deserving service member is chosen.
But we can't do this alone. We need your help. Go to sidingforservicemembers.com and nominate a service member you'd like to help love their home.
This is your home field. This is your playbook. This is your locker room speech. This is your end zone dance. And with unbelievable resources that serve our community beyond banking, this is your biggest fan. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, standings, and in-depth features. Bookmark the page now so you don't miss a note. I thought long and hard about this trivia question this week, Nick, because I try to get one, if I can, that can get both fan bases interested. So here's the one this week.
Okay.
Over the years, 7 goalkeepers have suited up both for Kansas City and St. Louis.
Okay.
Which 2 did we mention during our last broadcast?
I'll wait. I'm let everybody. I think I got one. I got one for sure.
Yep.
I got one for sure.
Yep.
Okay. You guys watching at home, think hard and hit us up on the Twitch if you think you know the answer. Okay?
Yeah. If you think you know the answer, go there. And I'm going to put in the chat maybe at halftime in the Comets Facebook fan group, Hot Winter Nights. The professor yesterday posted a classic video. It was the Comets 10th anniversary video. So, I mean, this is like 91,
yeah,
a long time ago. And one of the 2 goalkeepers is in there. So I watched it twice just to see if the second goalkeeper was in there. I didn't see him. But there are multiple goalkeepers in there who have played both for St. Louis and Kansas City. So we'll be back maybe at the break, media timeout, with the answer to this question.
Okay. Interesting.
And I believe both of them are living in St. Louis right now.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. St. Louis outshooting Kansas City 16-4.
You know what stat matters? The score is 1-1.
Right. As we begin the second quarter of play, Comets with the ball. Now moving right to left. Here's Leo. He'll go into the corner for Kazim. Junior Kazim from London, England, playing in his 3rd game for the Comets. Promising young player. Here he is with some space. Couple of touches. He'll leave it for Schmerman, go off, and De Silva will come in for him.
Kazim, Goody, and Rion Marks all played together at Central Methodist University, one of the dominant teams in NAIA men's soccer.
Great program. Here is Vucic. Vucic had a chance, banged it off the boards, and then to Marcel Berry. Curtis Kirby had it stripped from behind. The Comets will try to reset their offense now. And into Palmer, into open space, De Silva. De Silva takes a crack at it. That one deflected by Kirby. Out front, and Berry will lift it towards the half line. Duca goes off, and Christo comes on. Boy, they have some very big target players. Now, and correction, this is Goody, right towards the top of the arc. He had it stripped away. Berry comes away with it. And then a bad pass intercepted by Gibson, and Leo coming forward. And they wave it off. Kyle Trimble said no foul.
Looked like Brian Martin wanted to call it. That was the typical Kim Rutvet move.
Right.
Where you fall down, you fall on the ball and assume that they're going to call it for you, but they let it go. Didn't call a handball on him either.
13 minutes to play until halftime. Up to De Silva. A volley shot. Driven back by the ambush. Now Goody reverses direction. He shoots. That one off the near glass and no good. Christo to Niamsi. Back to Christo. Neto way off his line. He's able to get a piece of that one. And Christo shaken up on the play. And they're going to stop play here.
I'm going to use that as a teachable moment for Neto's critics who say he plays off his line. He's out of his box too much. If he had not played this one, Christo might have been one on goalkeeper. So that was really well read. And one thing about having a good big goalkeeper, Nick Vassos, is when you're playing these giant targets, it's a good battle.
Mm-hmm.
So a hand for Robert Christo is basically back to the bench. He's all right. We'll see him back shortly.
Neto.
Huffman's burner account is in the chat. LOL NAIA players. That's cute. It's one of the one of my favorite Twitch accounts, Huffman's burner account. Welcome to the chat.
Niamse sends it long right into Neto. Neto distributes out to Souza. Broken up by the ambush. They take it back. SK looking for Yahic. That pinballs around and sent back to Kansas City side of the field. Ray Lee digs it out of the boards, and here come the Comets.
The not so cute thing about that is if you look at the rosters of both teams, there's a big swath of NAIA players on both teams.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Good players coming from that league. 12-14 to play. Andreos kicked it out of bounds. Christian recently celebrated a birthday. He got the treatment from his teammates at practice this week too. Had to run through the alley there, and they doused him with water after practice.
Yep.
Sodal back to Lee. Lee forward to Andreos. Christian trying to settle it, sends it off the board. Sodal flashing in, and it rolls through. Nacho trying to get it back into Ali. Yahic is there, along with Niamsi. Niamsi to Almeida, back to SK. And now Niamsi again, up to Almeida. He has St. Louis's lone goal. Almeida double teamed against the boards. Ray Lee wins it for the Comets. Plays it back to Neto.
Oh,
clearance pass by Almeida, and Lucas has 2 straight.
And on the same side as all of those kids, ambush fans, they are so excited.
St. Louis goal scorer number 10.
What a game for Lucas Almeida. So let's watch this. Neto took too long. Lucas Almeida made him pay. He will absolutely regret that, and his critics will absolutely let him remember that.
There's Neto sort of talking to himself. Oh, doggone it.
Always checking the chat, and everybody's going, Neto tears, here's the tears. He's developed quite the following here in the MASL.
No doubt. He knows it too. He's all right with it. Forward to Schmerman. Schmerman takes it back to Duca on him. To the center circle to Leo. Gibson forward to Schmerman. Schmerman, the St. Louis native, on back to Leo. Gibson near side for Milos Vucic, and then to Ramon Palmer. Palmer tried to play it back to Milos. Now Junior Kazim trying to win the ball back. He does, and Polo comes out to knock it away.
Goalkeeping, once again.
Oh, just barely before Kazim could get there.
Kazim's had a good game.
Yeah,
he's going to feel snake bit here.
He's been very active. He's had chances. Vucic into Kazim again. Now Palmer. Palmer drives it up into the netting. Goalkeeper distribution coming up to St. Louis, leading 2-1.
Oh, St. Louis Ambush fan showed up in the chat. He says that was awesome to see Neto get burned. So I know there's people watching in the arena who are in the chat. So it's a lot of multitasking.
Love it. And St. Louis asking for it and receiving a foul. That'll go against Nacho.
Talking about Neto as a villain, one of the great shows that MASL produces is MASL Insider with Philly announcing, and David Ortiz from the Mesquite Outlaws was embracing his villainness. He's basically decided, I'm just going to be this, and kind of interesting how this year is turning into the villain year in the MASL.
Yahic sends it around the boards. Neto's got it. Neto throws it long. Neto third in saves this year with 152, by the way. Into the corner for Cristo. Cristo marked by Souza. Cristo with his back to the goal, plays it to Pepe. Pepe moving to his right. Pepe into Cristo. St. Louis going backwards. Now they play it forward. And that's to Kirby. Kirby goes down. Kansas City's got a 3v2. Here's Nacho. Nacho sends it off the boards. Rebound Sodal, just wide.
Sacco's just wide.
Yahic is down.
Yeah. Yahic goes down. He's going to be back up on his feet, and he's heading back to the bench. Here's Almeida, the hero for St. Louis so far. Front and center, it comes to Ellis. Now left side, Marcel Berry. Comets this season 4-1-1 here at home. St. Louis on the road 1-5. And they're going to say there's some foul
going to be called.
Yep, that's against St. Louis.
Mr. B-Man. Neto is going to get the save, get a little bump after the fact.
Yep.
Not a major foul.
That'll go against Bamet of St. Louis.
He runs really well, too.
Here's Leo. Oh, that one touched a St. Louis player. Rebound, save! Vucic with a good shot, and boy, Paulo, right place, right time. Always seems like Paulo. Oh, that one up the crossbar, too. There's Vucic's drive.
Good position in there by Paulo. I mean, some of it is acrobatic, but some of it is just experienced goalkeeping, know where to set himself and how to anticipate the shots.
Mm-hmm. There's Bamet. Foul called on St. Louis.
Comets screaming for it, too. The referee's like, not so much.
Ray Lee out there. Tried to slot it through to Andorreos. St. Louis got a piece of it, but right back to Gibson. Now Milos Vucic into the corner for Big Mike. De Silva with Christian Briggs and Niamsi on his back. Plays it away from the goal to Lee. Lee with Bamet in his hip pocket. Lee giving ground. Now over to Leo with under 8 to play in the first half.
Handball?
Handball there, call, yep.
Paulo saw it, I saw it. Kyle Trimble saw it too.
Kyle Trimble, our crew chief, in his 13th year of officiating MASL games.
One of the best ones in the league.
Yep. Here is Will Niamsi. He has Frenchie on his jersey. He's from Paris, France.
Saw something unusual last night during the San Diego Mesquite game. Ryan Sigich was in the chat. I was like, wow, referees are now getting into the Twitch chat. I wrote him back, who let you in here? Then I never heard from him again. He's calling that game in Chihuahua tonight, Empire Chihuahua. That should be a barn burner. Available both in Spanish and English on Twitch. Just a bit later.
Yep. Philly and the Doctor calling the earlier one in Monterey. What a game that was between Empire and Monterey. That one went to shootouts. With the King finishing things off.
He's playing well, isn't he?
He sure is. Kind of a slow start for him, but he's in full effect right now. Watch out. Palmer. Marked by Guernsey, their best defensive player. Right side for Gibson. Forward to De Silva. Niamsi's got a mark on him. And Niamsi wins the ball. Plays it into Paulo. Comets pressure Paulo. Paulo's so good with his feet. Very calm, confident. Kirby. Comets still trying to win the ball in the last third. They get it to Kirby. Then Kirby bangs it off a Comet player, and they do win the ball back.
Good pressure there from the Comets, not letting the ambush play the ball out of their zone. Take away. Chance to reset, getting Ray Lee here on the field.
Here's Souza, the Comets' leading scorer. Over to Lee, into the corner for Lucas. Lucas stepped on it, but it still couldn't get enough of it. Rolls into Paulo. Here's Paulo with Souza giving chase. Paulo sends it long.
Good read there by Nacho, because otherwise Yahic was in alone off the bench.
Paulo again.
Oh, good ball
there. Here's Eske. Open space. Eske shoots. Save made by Neto.
Goalkeeper.
Great save by Nicolau Neto. Now Pepe drives one in above the crossbar. Eske trying to get a second chance. Plays it to Cristo and then right back to Eske. Front and center for Guernsey.
Mental toughness too, Nick. You make a really bad mistake that leads to a goal, you could just crumble right there and everything goes bad, but staying mentally tough and thinking, I got to save the next one, redeem myself, with a bunch of people in the audience looking at you like, what are you doing? Goalkeeping's not for the faint of heart.
No doubt. Pepe, his pass deflected. Ray Lee trying to slide it over to Kazim. Junior picks it up. Operating on the ambush yellow line, fires one from distance, sent one just wide of the mark. That one goes out of bounds, and we've got a timeout on the field. Timeout with 4:27 left to play until halftime. It is St. Louis 2, Kansas City 1. Glad you're with us on 38 The Spot and Twitch.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow to grow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
'Cause when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do.
And with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I can bring a guest anytime. And I can work out at any Planet Fitness location. And even relax in the Black Card spa. That sounds great, but how can I get the most out of my membership? And I can sign up for zero enrollment. Doesn't sound like one. That's not what I'm hearing. Okay, sign me up.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th. It's glow time.
Well, welcome back to Cable Dahmer Arena. You're watching MASL Soccer on 38 The Spot and Twitch. We asked you the trivia question over the years. 7 goalkeepers have suited up both for Kansas City and St. Louis. Which 2 did we mention during our last broadcast? They were David Burchick and Ed Gedemeyer. See David Burchick in a St. Louis Storm jersey and Ed Gedemeyer in a Comets jersey. We wish Burchick happy birthday.
Yep.
Last home game, and Ed Gettemeyer was here for the reunion, and I got a chance to talk with him at halftime during that alumni halftime festivities. Ambush assistant coach Jamie Swanner played in both cities as well.
That was my guess.
Other names include Manny Schwartz, Jim Gorsuch, Brett Phillips.
Brett Phillips, of course.
And last but not least, Brett Petracek.
Oh, Petracek.
Brett Petracek. So there you go. That is this week's trivia question. Big shout out to the professor for doing a little bit of my research in terms of who the other names were. So we'll be back with, I'm not sure what to do next week because it's Florida. So we'll come up with something.
For sure.
Next Friday's game.
That's a good question.
Yeah, thank you.
Good question.
Found their player cards.
It's great. It's awesome.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
All right, 4:20 left to play here in the first half. I'm going to leave here in just about 2 minutes and turn things over to my partner, Mr. Eric Bergrud.
What could happen? What could happen?
What could happen? So
I actually have to pay attention and not tell stories.
Well, I hope
call play-by-play.
I hope Stefan will come and see me. I'm going to interview Stefan Stokic at halftime, and then we've got the big media game coming up at halftime.
You'll find out that's not as easy as it looks because sometimes they don't want to talk to you, especially when they're down at halftime. Here's my hint always. What adjustments are you going to make at halftime, Coach? That's my standard. Oh, you're losing, so what am I going to ask you?
You have to be delicate, I think. Eske from the referee's crease. Marked closely there by Lalo. Lalo into the game for the first time.
Hurt in the chat. It's the big guy's birthday. I didn't even realize it.
The big guy?
The big guy's birthday.
Oh, it is?
Banton, it's his birthday.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
Thanks for letting us know that. We'll have to wish him happy birthday. He didn't say anything to me when I saw him before the game.
All the way back to Paulo. He's got it. 3.5 to play until halftime.
Difficult line change here for the Comets to see if Eske makes them pay.
Here, back to Daduka, then on back to Eske. Little give and go action. Here's the Comets on the counter. It is Milos Vucic down the right side, slotting it back to De Silva. De Silva down to the corner to Gibson, who shoots. Hey, Paulo! Big fist pump from Paulo on that save.
Great shot, great save.
He loves playing in this arena.
20 minutes to go in the first half.
So good. He's so good. Now Goody walking it in. He shoots, save again, full extension that time from Paulo. Daduka heads it back to the center circle. Right side for Leo Gibson. Back to Ramon Palmer. Palmer walks, cuts it back to the left. Ellis got a piece of that one, held in by Gibson, who comes over to Atkins. Ball is loose. Kazim trying to shoot. Ding dong off the post.
He has a quick trigger, or a quick turn, and that shot comes off really, really quick. Maybe not as quick as El Quick from Monterey, who's really quick, but
it's quick.
He's been impressive today.
And a foul called on Junior Kazim. He's feeling it today, making his third appearance.
We talk a lot about goalkeeping, but you know what a difference it makes when you have goalkeepers that make just unbelievable saves. Everybody gets more confident. Everybody wants to play that much harder, and you can see the difference in this ambush game.
And both keepers are making, Neto's been making great saves on the other end for Kansas City. Niamsi forward up to Cristo. Under 2 to play.
I think we mentioned this the last time the ambush were here. St. Louis has been fortunate over the years. Some of the best indoor goalkeepers ever have played in St. Louis over the generations.
And one of the very best, his number hangs in the rafters at Family Arena.
Jamie Swanner.
All right, pal, I'm turning it over to you.
I'll do this. Good luck, Team Bastos. We'll be watching.
Okay, wish me good luck here.
Good luck. Did you sign a waiver?
I did not sign a waiver. Oh, we're going to be running, huffing and puffing. Here we go.
All right, good luck. Team Bastos. Lucas Souza will draw it back. Looks to find Sodal on the near boards. This is Ali Sodal. I have an interview coming up with him at halftime. Don't leave us at halftime. Lucas Souza, a little step over, blocked. Marcel Berry just puts it out of play. Nacho will get a touch, and the Comets will look to regroup. Short board to Sodal. Good step there. Kazim keeps the ball in play, and Brian Martin makes that referee signal ball. He got all ball. We're less than 1 minute. Still opportunity for a goal for either team right now. This is Leo Gibson going short to Ray Lee. Back to Gibson. Tries to get past Barry, gets fouled. Barry wanted to dive. Brian Martin didn't even look at him. This is going to be a free kick Comets. Normally you would have John Sosa on the ball. Leo Gibson will take it for the Comets. Has Lucas Sosa short. Decides to go long to Vucic. Vucic, ball never got there. This is Nicolau Neto short to Lucas Sosa. Cleared. Battle here on the boards. Put out of play. This will be a free kick for the Ambush. 27.2 seconds remaining. Nick Vassos is literally running down. He will get our halftime interview with the Comets assistant coach Stefan Stokic. Before his team Vassos plays here at halftime, we're going to try to get a few minutes of that here on halftime, so don't step away. That should be entertaining. He has former Kansas City and St. Louis player Nate Hauser on his team, so we got one ringer for sure. We'll see if Nate scores the goals for him. 15 seconds remaining. Niamsi looks to send it in. No problem there for Neto, who wants to go long to Lalo. Lalo on the near boards, getting a shift. Good step there by Eske. 2 seconds, 1 second, shot, save. Had Neto's stats, no problem there. Good half there for the Ambush. Strong goalkeeping by Paulo. 2-1, 2 goals for the assistant coach, who has all sorts of young players here in the crowd. Lucas Almeida. 2 for him, 1 for Lucas Sosa, and that's how we end the first half. Big saves from both goalkeepers, and waiting for my partner, Nick Vassos, who is on the field. This is going to be interesting to watch him down there as he tries to line up an interview with assistant coach Stefan Stokic. We'll see if he asks him about what adjustments they're going to make at halftime. Here's Nick.
All right, thanks a lot, Nate. Coach, first half, tight game between these two rivals. What are your thoughts on the first half?
I think it was a great game from both the teams. I feel like we had a little bit more possession, a lot more chances that I felt that we should have put away, but it was a good game.
What can you do as a coach against a team that knows you so well and they know you? Do you try anything different, or is it the same game plan every time?
No, we try to mix it up, so different game, depending how they come out, we switch up as well. So.
All right. Well, final question. I'm going to need a little advice because I'm about ready to run on the blue turf. Do you have any advice for a guy like me who doesn't spend as many hours playing like you and your team does?
Just stay up top, toe poke it.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Stefan's there. We'll send it back to Nate and Eric.
Nick Vassos getting some advice as he gets ready for his halftime. Ambush leading 2-1. You're watching MASL TV here on 38 The Spot and Twitch.
What makes an unbelievable moment? The unbelievable work that goes into it. That's why Community America provides unbelievable resources that go beyond banking, so everyone in KC can work towards achieving financial peace of mind. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come, it's good for...
Be physical. Separate yourself. Pop it over the defender. draw the defender in.
Tackle! Turn! Go hard! No shot! No shot!
One more defender to beat. Got a battle. Bent ball, far post. To get to a different level, you have to train at a different level.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at Cable Dahmer Arena, St. Louis Ambush, and the Kansas City Comets on 38 The Spot and Twitch. We're joined for the first time on air by Comets midfielder Ali Sadal. Ali, welcome to our halftime show.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Nice to see you up here.
Thanks for being up here. So the first time many Comets fans saw you on the blue Cable Dahmer Arena turf, you were playing for the Omaha Kings in an off-season game. What was it like coming down to Kansas City and upsetting the Comets that night?
It was a great feeling. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was a good feeling to come here and upset the Comets because it's such a big organization, and we were upcoming M2 team at that time, and it felt really good coming down here just to see like Leo play, Lucas play, a couple of big name players play, and to see how we can do against them, and it felt good to at least like compete with them.
So what did you learn playing with the Kings that helped you make the transition to MASL?
For sure playing the indoor game, because I didn't like the indoor game at first, and Omaha Kings made me learn the indoor game from the basic, just stepping on the ball, checking my shoulder before I even get the ball quickly in the midfield, and also just like learning from other teams and just like watching a lot of games. That's what I learned from.
So the goals are starting to come for you this season, 2 goals in 11 games so far. What has been the difference for you between last season and this season?
This season, I would say the big difference is I'm getting a lot more chances, and I'm getting into the team more, and I'm actually gelling into the team more, I feel like, but also at practice, I do a lot more work, and I feel like that's paying off from last year to this year.
Sure thing. Final question. Now that the Comets have entered the second half of the season, what is it going to take for the Comets to finish strong and make a deep playoff run?
We're going to have to come out strong every game and finish strong every game, because sometimes we do really good in the end part or in the beginning part, and we have to do a full game from the beginning to the top, and we have to come out super fire and ready, energized and ready to show what we can do on the field.
We've been joined at halftime, Comets midfielder Ali Sadal. Ali, thanks for joining us today.
Of course.
We'll be back. Again, this is halftime. Kansas City Comets soccer on 38 The Spot and Twitch.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Welcome back to Cable Dahmer Arena, Comets fans. We have heard your pleas. We're going to bring you Celebrity Game here momentarily.
Comets down 2-1 at halftime, but a lot of excitement. Nick Vasso's team is in red. They've been introduced, and we're getting ready for Team Serrano coming out in black. There is my broadcast partner, Nick Vassos, on the ISO camera. But we're going to kick it over to Nate Herron, who is doing public address announcing of both teams.
MTV The Challenge, number 10, Wes Bergman. From Steps of Faith Foundation, let's hear it for Billy Brimblecorn. And please welcome the captain of Team Serrano, the man himself from Mixside 3.3, Steve Serrano. Also on Steve Serrano, we got Jimmy Mack checking in. All right, are you ready to watch an athletic endeavor like you've never witnessed? We got the ball in place. We got Comet, our referee. Now, Steve and Nick, shake hands. I don't want anything going on last time. Already starting. My goodness.
We ready?
All right, here we go. Tonight's referee is Keenan Kaler. Going to keep the action fair. We got a little Dikembe Mutombo action there from Team Vassos as goalkeeper. Team Vassos takes the early lead 1-0.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. Come on. Come on, Barber. All the way, Barber. Take it into the house. Come on.
Big save.
Woo. Chief. Come on, Chief.
Ivani Bing passing the ball up to Nate Hauser. He's going to put a shot on goal. Chested down. Barber, strong like bull.
Come on, Barber. Come on, Barber.
We've made it a full minute through play, and no one's torn a ligament yet. Let's give him a round of applause. Marcus Officer with a back heel, but that Team Serrano stands strong. Watch out for Miss Herrera. Ivani taking a shot to the dome. You all right, Miss Bing?
Oh, come on.
Shot goes wide. Again, Team Serrano in the lead.
Too much leg. Too much leg.
Comets got a ball for you. Here we go. Game on. Just like at home when the dog goes and gets the ball out of your penalty box and kicks it to you.
Come on, Chief. He's like 6'6". Who invited that guy?
5 minutes remaining, much to the chagrin of half the people on the field right now.
There it is. Come on, D. Come on, Chief. This guy is too big.
Carrington Harrison gets that ball down.
Well, I will keep you up to date about the score. We're going to have to go on a break and go to the league coverage. You're watching Kansas City Comets Soccer on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
What's up, everybody? This is MASL at the half. Great to see you again. I'm Alex Bashivansky. Hope you are loving the game so far. Tons to cover on this week's show. We kicked things off with a massive tilt between two Western powers last weekend. Chihuahua visiting San Diego.
Good to get his name into the broadcast. Here's a steal. Here's Charlie trying to put his name in lights, and he does! Charlie Gonzalez!
The Sockers and Savage gave fans their money's worth. Chihuahua came back from a 4-1 deficit to tie, but Christian Gutierrez notched the game winner right there, as San Diego ultimately would take this one 6-4 and stay undefeated. And it was a historic game for San Diego goalkeeper Boris Pardo. Boris made 15 saves and in the process picked up the victory, becoming the first goalie in MASL history to reach 100 career wins. Way to go, Boris. What the heck is happening in Harrisburg? Suddenly, they are red hot. Winners of 2 straight against Florida. David Mellor tied the game in the fourth, sending this contest off to overtime.
Taps it out for Brame. Shot just wide, loose in front. Goal! Danny Del Prima wins the game in overtime.
Danny D with the winner, as the Heat are suddenly in the playoff picture in the East. They take it 4-3. Crazy finish in Utica. Tied with Baltimore in the dying seconds. William Van Zalen makes the save here outside the box. Handball, but had time expired. The referees reviewed the play. Kudos to Phil Levanco for the screenshot here. This is what the refs saw. 0.1 seconds left on the clock. So, Gordy Gerson takes the penalty kick. He scores. That wins it for UCFC. One of the craziest finishes we've seen for some time. 8-7 Utica, the final score. Another great one between Kansas City and Milwaukee. And yes, let's get this out of the way. The Canadian assassin Ian Bennett did extend his goal-scoring streak. It now stands at a ridiculous 40 games. Most importantly for the Wave, though, was the win. Bennett sets up Mario Alvarez for the overtime winner as Milwaukee avenges a 10-4 loss from the weekend previous to the Comets, triumphing 9-8. The Empire Strikers are one of the hottest teams in the league at the moment. After starting the season with 4 straight losses, they faced Tacoma twice last week. This was the first game in which Empire waltzed to the 5-1 victory. The Strikers have now won 6 straight and are fighting for top spot in the Western Conference. Other game scores to tell you about: Harrisburg also beat Baltimore 5-4 earlier in the week. Chihuahua all over St. Louis, triumphing 11-5. Mesquite beat up on Dallas 11-4. They also won the return match 5-4. And the Monterey Flash took down the Ambush 7-4. So St. Louis goes 0-2 on their Mexican road trip. Scoring leaders: Lucas Roque holding on by the skin of his teeth. 26 points, one ahead of Ian Bennett, followed by Frank Taillou, Gordy Gerson, and Luis Morales. Okay, the players of the week, and for the second straight week, it's keeper Chris Toth of the Empire Strikers picking up the defensive honor. He had a massive week as Toth, 29 saves, just 8 goals allowed over 2 games, which were 2 wins over the Tacoma Stars. And your offensive player of the week, Danny DePrima of the Harrisburg Heat. Now, his stats don't exactly jump off the page at you, just 3 points, but 2 of those goals were of the game-winning variety as the Heat took down both Baltimore and the Florida Tropics. And our play of the week comes courtesy of the Chihuahua Savage. Beautiful passing here. Carlos Hernandez, the beautiful back heel to Edgar Gonzalez, who pumps the shot home past Boris Pardo for our play of the week. And upcoming games to tell you about: the Battle of Mexico resumes on the 7th with Monterey and Chihuahua. San Diego at Empire should be a doozy. Chihuahua takes on Mesquite as well in a battle of Western powers. Harrisburg will try to keep its hot play going against Utica, and Florida will try to get back to its dominant ways in St. Louis against the Ambush. And don't ever forget that even if you can't be there in person to take in MASL games, you can watch every single encounter live on Twitch. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Welcome back to Cable Dahmer Arena, MASL TV, halftime, Comets in the ambush. After trailing 1-0, Team Vassos found something deep inside them, came back and won 2-1. Nick Vassos, what a captain, what a coach. He didn't get hurt, so that's the most important thing. We got some highlights of Nick there, right by the Park University sign. He said he was going to stay up, kind of like Zoran Karic used to, for, there he is, wondering where the call is. And then he wants the ball, and then he missed it. It's not as easy as it looks, but there was an assist there. We'll have to double check that to see whether he gets credit on the Wallace Scora. Wallace Scora is watching. You need to cue this up again and see if you can count this for, that's a Marcus Officer, it looked like, a Fox 4 colleague of his. Nick Vassos feeling pretty good about himself. Look at him in the box. Oh, look at that kick. See, you know, MASL fans, you want everything called. They let everything go in that game, and that was brilliant. It was great to see Team Vassos win. A lot of fun out there. Nick Vassos with the mic, enjoying himself way too much. He'll come up here for the second half. A great time was had by all. Nobody got hurt, which is a good thing. He had, speaking of Nate's, he had Nate Hauser, former attack player, former St. Louis Steamer player, played professionally for a long time. So he had a ringer on his team, which kind of helped. Team Serrano had a former Kansas City Chief in goal, played really well. Sean Barber, former linebacker for the Chiefs, heading to that Super Bowl next week, Sunday. So another good time had here. One more game coming up later this season will be the mascot game, which has been a Kansas City tradition since the late 80s, maybe? Mascot game. That should be a fun time. People were asking, why didn't I play in the media game? And the short answer is I wasn't invited. So last year I played in the mascot game as the corn dog. I'm not sure I'm going to do that this year, but we'll see if somebody twists my arm. Doing a little bit of work here on the carpet, or the Comets logo in the middle. And hopefully they'll get that fixed. That's Kevin Ellis, enjoying himself a lot. Fun to be back in Kansas City, or playing in Kansas City. Comets need to make some adjustments. Clearly they were outshot. And if they face goalkeeping like they did in Paulo in the second half, the goals are going to be hard to come by. Great hap from Lucas Almeida, 2 goals, including the second one, which he made Neto pay. Giveaway, takeaway, right in front of about 200 or so St. Louis Ambush fans, including kids that he coaches, which is tremendous. They were able to see it. Nick Vassos is catching his breath. Victorious. He's feeling it. He is feeling it. They were, I'll let Nick know that they were showing highlights. They had an ISO camera on Nick. Here he comes. How does victory feel? There's Nick. There he is.
Victory. I taste victory, and it tastes awesome. Oh, man. Whew.
Oh, we got the assist. Let's look at it one more time. I think we're
watch the
Wallace scorer. There's Nick. He's like, give me the ball.
He's like, hey, he's calling for it. Come on. He's calling for it. Calling for it.
Oh, there he is. Look at Walla scorer.
Well, you know what? Technically, second assist, but I'll take it, right?
He'll take that. So it's still a Walla scorer goal, right?
Oh, man.
So I'm expecting that. For those of you who don't know what Walla scorer is, it's a wall pass off the wall and somebody scores, and there's a social media account, WALLASCORA. You can follow them on multiple channels, and they post video after games of Wallace score a goal. So I'm thinking there may be a chance for Nick Vassos. They may even tag you in this. This is going to be awesome.
Oh, my gosh. So much fun.
Yep.
Thanks to everyone, including Comets attack legend Nate Hauser for coming out.
He kind of helped you there. You were down 1-0, and then he got the set piece rolling.
He
for
wanted
you.
me to take it. I said, no, you take it. He goes, okay, you stand it wide, and I'll hit you. And it was a beautiful, perfect pass from Nate, and I sort of rolled over the top of it, but we got the job done.
That's good. Boy, Steve Serrano's on the video board here, and he still can show his face in the arena, Nick, after what you did to him.
All right. Let's get back to work here. The real players on the field, the professionals, the best players in all of the world in professional indoor soccer are playing on the blue turf right now. And St. Louis has a 2-1 lead over Kansas City.
Getting louder in here. MASL Monday is back with a familiar face. Join Alex Bashjovansky and special guests each week to recap the weekend's game and keep us up to date on all the latest news. And he was on at halftime. Alex does a great job.
Yeah, he does.
He's going to have the doctor in the house on Monday. Jonathan Reimer, color analyst of the Empire Strikers. Free kick coming up for Leo Gibson.
St. Louis leads 2-1. Crowd getting loud. Leo on over to Souza. Off the boards, looking for a rebound. And it's kicked away by St. Louis. Marcel Berry comes out with it. His touch a little bit too long, and it goes to Leo. Gibson over to Almeida. Almeida on the ground, and a foul called on the Comets. Almeida with the 2 goals for St. Louis. He scored the game's first goal, and then the only goal scored in the second quarter was Lucas Almeida on a brilliant defensive play in front of Neto. And it rebounded into the goal.
A question for you. Since when are wristwatches and eyeglasses legal on the soccer field?
Well, I'm the coach, so.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Picked up by Ellis. Ellis across the yellow line, still moving forward. Ellis trying to kick it off the boards, and it deflects high out of bounds. It'll go to Nicolau Neto on the Comets. Neto lays it off to Schmerman. Back to Neto. Pass up to Palmer. And now another whistle and a foul called against St. Louis.
They've got like a Culver's crazy minute here. It's like really loud. I don't think the Comets are going to score in the next 2 seconds, so it'll get quiet here momentarily.
Oh, they've reset the Culver's clock again.
Oh, I guess they're going to do it one more time. Oh, no, that was it.
Palmer trying to get it down to the corner to De Silva. Broken up by the ambush. They'll take over. Here's Guernsey.
If you need a rest, Nick, just let me know. I can go back to play-by-play for a little bit.
I think I got it.
Okay. Neto loves these off-the-wall behind-him passes. He's done that a couple times already.
De Silva chasing the bouncing ball. He and Niamsi chase towards the ambush yellow line. Stop there. And hitting the turf is Eske, and a foul called on Mike De Silva, who doesn't agree with it. Looks like he may have taken a shot. Brian Martin, the referee tonight, leaning down to check on De Silva. There you see Eske getting tangled up, and De Silva still down on the ground.
We're having a little skirmish. Oh, go ahead. We're going to see a replay here. We're having a little skirmish here in the Twitter chat. I'm hoping it kind of chills out right now. Hopefully the moderator will show up.
It is Kansas City and St. Louis after all.
Yeah, there's still, in any rivalry, there's a friendly rivalry, and then there's beyond what's a friendly rivalry. So hopefully this gets taken care of.
Eske weaving his way through a trio of red jerseys, gets it across the line. Atkins Banton making his debut tonight for the Comets, gets in there, and Kirby of St. Louis eventually kicked it out of bounds. It'll return to Kansas City with 12:53 left in the third. Comets next weekend will welcome in the Florida Tropics on Friday, February 10th, 7:05 game. Hope you'll join us then, kccomets.com or Ticketmaster to grab your tickets. Ray Lee with a chance and a block there by Kirby out of bounds. And it'll stay with Kansas City on the far touchline.
We talked about Ray Lee before the game. Hasn't gotten a lot of good looks. Kirby anticipated that one. Obviously, all the teams watch video of previous games. Don't want to give Ray Lee that much time on that left foot.
Here's Lee. Tried to cut it back, still going forward. Sends one off the corner, and then a rebound shot almost in from Milos Vucic. He gets a back shot. Goal! We are level at 2. It is Milos Vucic, and he tallies his first goal as a member of the Comets.
We're going to watch the replay. If you're interested after the game, get on YouTube and type in Milos Vucic. You'll see some amazing goals. Milos Vucic, he's going to take a shot wide. Ray Lee, voila, score. Count the assist for Ray Lee. And Paulo was just going back and forth, and there was nothing he could do because Vucic went top shelf where grandma keeps her cookies. And we're tied 2-2.
Comets coaching staff thinks very highly of Milos and his potential, and gets his first tally. Opens the account as a member of the Comets. Ray Lee, his third assist. And we are tied at 2. Comets trying to win the ball back from Pepe, and they do. Schmerman gets it. Out wide it goes to De Silva. De Silva.
That's actually
from the center circle. No, it's Kazim. You're right.
Oh, good step.
Oh, he megged him. And then off the boards. And the ball out front. Goody is there for the Comets, but could not put a foot on it. Pepe out with it.
That was needing a one-time shot. Didn't happen.
Now to Duca. Near side for Barry. Back to Yahic. Right side to Duca. Now front and center Guernsey. 11.5 to play in the third. Comets and ambush tied at 2. Final game of the regular season series. Comets lead 3-2.
Rick NDA Dream in the chat says Grandma is not happy.
There's Milos Vucic. Long ball in towards the Comet goal. Touched there by Cristo. And we're going to have a foul called on Cristo.
So what's interesting, I haven't seen the Comets bench react, but the league has been cracking down on elbows over the shoulder, and so I would think that they're wanting the video review, and that's what Stokic is asking, and Kyle Trimble's not interested in going to video review.
Oh, yeah.
St. Louis foul number 11, Christo. He's first in the half.
So no review and play on.
That's exactly right.
Kevin Ellis.
We've seen this happen a lot this year where they'll go to a review. Happened at the game in St. Louis, if you recall, Nick, that O'Dane Sinclair on the video review got called for a 2-minute penalty, and then Christo scored the game-tying goal.
And that was the coach threw the flag.
Coach on that one, right?
Yeah,
Comets could have used their flag there, and they chose not to.
That was a huge turning point in that game.
Indeed.
Comets had led pretty much throughout the game, and St. Louis just kept chipping away, and then that penalty called late in the game allowed St. Louis to tie it, and of course they went on to win it in overtime. Restart, Almeida. Almeida on over to Daduka. One touch, fires a shot, and that one out of bounds. Goalkeeper distribution coming up for KC, and we're tied at 2.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter.
Here's Souza and Lee. Now Gibson to Vucic. One touch pass over to Souza. Pushes Ellis down into the box, looking for Kazim. Kazim just barely missed on that one. Comes off to Kirby. Kirby uses the boards, trying to get around a Comet player, and it goes to Almeida. St. Louis settles it in the last third, and then Kevin Ellis kicked it out of bounds.
Top of the yard restart.
Yeah, giving an opportunity here to Kansas City, 10-17. Now, I was curious how this was going to play out tonight. John Sosa typically restarts all of the dead balls, and they've had either Nacho or Leo, and it looks like Nacho's going to come in and take it.
We've seen Ray Lee get in the action in the Milwaukee game on the right. We'll see which way they go.
Shot, goal!
That's the way they went.
Nacho to Ray Lee. Buries it top shelf where Grandma keeps the cookies.
And Grandma's really not going to be happy because all those cookie jars have just gotten shattered. We're talking about Ray Lee and the goals he scored in Milwaukee. They're purposely trying to get him in on the set play. Nacho fakes one way, comes back to Ray Lee. Was going to do that all the time, top shelf. Ray Lee on the right side, so he's curling it across his body, and it is 3-2 Comets, first lead in the game.
Nacho, his 4th assist on the year, 2nd of the game, and Ray Lee, number 6 on the year for Kansas City. And a Kansas City native gives his team the lead with 10-10 left to play in the third.
STL Sports 18 in the chat. Grandma will be happy once St. Louis scores.
Daduka. That one almost got in. Esque comes up with a rebound, marked closely by Andorreos. Then the Comets win the ball back. Here's Andorreos on his horse across the half line. Poked away from behind. Everybody giving chase, and it goes out of bounds off Kansas City. It'll go back to St. Louis as Schmerman runs off for the Comets.
William Esque is so good. How about tonight's attendance? 4,629. Way to go, Comets fans. Thanks to all the ambush fans who came here. Comets continue to lead the MASL in attendance.
There's Marcel Berry. Big tip of the cap to Brian Roth, Vice President of Sales for the Comets. Keeping it going. Way to go, BR. 9.5 to play in the third. Comets lead 3-2. Here's Neto. Distributes out to Ramon Palmer. On back to Lee. Again, Lee had 3 goals and 2 assists last weekend in Milwaukee. Comets got down early in that game, but they valiantly fought back to tie the game and eventually lost less than a minute into overtime to Milwaukee. But Ray Lee, a big part of that game. So was Rion Marks, who's not here tonight.
Hoping to see him next week for the Florida game. Texted me the other day. I'm hoping to see him here for that game.
Well, good. Rion out for personal reasons. And again, James Togba not playing tonight for the Comets in concussion protocol, along with John Sosa, the Comets defender and second leading scorer. He's out with a 1-game suspension for card accumulation.
Professor in the house said that Vucic's first goal of this year, but he had 2 last season. How about that?
Thank you, Professor. Thought there might have been a handball.
That's going to be a 2-minute. No. I thought for sure the blue cards would come out. The ambush bench can't believe it. We'll take a look. There is Cristo.
Oh.
You decide, MASL fans. What do you think?
That's close.
Watch. St. Louis fans. I can't believe it. Comets fans, they got the ball first.
Drive by Yahic, blocked by Schmerman. Back to Yahic. Yahic, fans on the shot, off the boards. Pepe turns, fires in the middle. SK was there, can't handle it. Now off the boards again. Cristo, boy, what a cheeky play by Cristo, using the boards in all kinds of traffic.
Big save by Neto. He saw that coming, anticipated, blocked it. But Cristo was going while a scorer himself. The confidence that he has, you just see it grow every game, where he's growing into the indoor game. I think we've seen Junior Kazim grow a lot in this game, but Cristo has the potential to be one of the top forwards in the MASL.
Paulo, from his defensive yellow line, sends it into the corner. It bounces in towards Neto, who's got it. Neto lays it off to Atkins Banton.
The birthday boy.
The birthday boy, that's right.
See, we do read the chat. We learn all sorts of interesting things in the chat.
Very helpful.
Appreciate that. For those of you at 38 The Spot, you can also reach us on Twitter. It's the easiest way to find us. Nick Vassos, just like it sounds. Eric Bergrud, if you can figure out how to spell it, you'll find me there. We welcome hearing from you.
It's an E-R-I-K, Eric.
That is correct.
7.5. Good follow, too, by the way, for indoor soccer, Mr. Eric Bergrud.
Appreciate that.
Lots of history. Oh, Souza. Souza! Oh, Souza!
Top shelf on all these goals, Nick Vassos. Comets lead 4-2.
Lucas Souza. He gets his second of the game and his 13th on the year, and the Comets are up by 2.
Giveaway by Ellis, and Lucas Souza made them pay. We're going to get a media timeout here. Wow. Right. Comets were down 2-1. They're up 4-2, Nick.
All right. We're going to be right back here on 38 The Spot and Twitch. Glad you're with us.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Want free mobile service for life? Download the Quintas app today and use promo code MASL. Nick Vassos, what a run here by the Comets.
Yeah, it's 3 goals here in the third, and the Comets have tied it and then taken the lead by 2. Quick shout out to our crew tonight, led by Brad Zimmerman, who's producing tonight's game. Our director and technical director is Paul Stokes. Replay handled by Noah Lamson. And our 4 photographers tonight, Tristan Borelli, Wyatt Craven, Drew Snyder, and Steve Wags Wagner. Best in the business. Thank you to our crew for making this broadcast one of the best in all of the MASL.
Saw Wags down on the field with you.
Yeah.
Can always count on him for those interviews. Apparently, whatever you told Stefan Stokic made a difference. And you didn't even ask him what adjustments is he going to make at halftime, right? I think it was just implied.
Yeah. I was looking for a little advice. He just said just maintain your standing on your feet.
There you go.
Good to go.
There you go.
I did not fall down, so thank you, Coach. Comets trying to win the ball back in their defensive half. Guernsey is there battling with Gibson. Leo steps on it. And we'll work it out towards the half line. He's got 2 teal jerseys on his back and a foul called on the ambush. It's William Eskay. Quick restart by the Comets on down to Ramon Palmer, but through the foot and all the way to Paulo. Comets with some heavy pressure on the half line. Here comes Andorreos. He's a bundle of energy. Up to Cristo and then back to Niamsi. Niamsi, bad pass there. Picked up there by De Silva. Couldn't settle it on the carpet, but it comes in and disrupts the ball there just before Paulo, and Paulo didn't like it. Now Paulo
thought an elbow was thrown. There was no foul called, and so he was able to just toss the ball down the field.
Nose to nose.
Yeah.
Paulo and De Silva.
I'm not sure I'd want to mess with Big Mike.
Here's Pepe making his bid for the first goal of the season. And St. Louis climbs back to within 1. Pepe his first. It's 4-3.
Dedicated to his baby. Marcel Berry, no look pass to Pepe. Went the short side. Can't say enough about Marcel Berry and what he does in the transition play. Look at this pass. He wasn't even looking. That was sweet.
What a great pass by Berry.
And Pepe finished it. Ambush fans happy. Paulo ran out quickly to give him a hug.
Berry, his 4th assist on the season. And Pepe, the defender, tally number 1. His new daughter is Isabella. Congratulations. Five and a half in the third, left to play. Tight game between KC and St. Louis. Out to Almeida. Almeida trying to slot it through Gibson. Gibson with a touch, follows it into the corner. Gibson looking for a passing mate, goes across the field out to Lucas Souza. Into open space to Ali Sodal. Sodal picks it up, walks it across the yellow line. Thinks about firing, he does. Blocked by Guernsey. He's
What a
their leading
defender.
great shot blocker. He's got over 20 coming into tonight's game.
Check out on the near side.
Oh, great pass. Here's Bamet with a drive. Save made by Neto.
No problem for Neto. But we talk about this all the time, the Comets being countered. You can press, you can push, but you better have a defender back because other teams will make you pay. And St. Louis almost made the Comets pay there.
Berry tripped up by Vucic. Foul, Comets. Restart, St. Louis to the corner. Daduka hits the side netting, and we are level at 4.
They're feeling it. The Comets defense is, I think it's safe to say, disorganized right now. It's be a really good time for a timeout just to regroup. Comets were feeling good, up 4-2. St. Louis, we're not done yet.
No, we are not. Daduka, number 6 on the year.
And that's goals against the Comets. 2 big goals, 2 games in a row. Nobody close to him. He had time to place it. Nothing Neto could do. And we'll see if the Comets, this is sort of like a non-timeout timeout. Most of the team went in front of the bench to talk to Stokic. Good for Daduka. We are tied 4-4. And as you said early on in this Kansas City-St. Louis series, you cannot assume that one team's just going to run away with it because there's too much history here, too much pride here. Both teams are going to battle to the end, and this game could go long.
Every game between these two teams has been close, 2 goals or less, by my memory. Eric will correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure.
Well, someone will put it in the chat. Right. I'll report it to you.
Professor,
or the professor will message me and say, well, you know.
No, that wasn't right, Nick.
Yeah.
Under 4 to play in the third. Long one from Schmerman.
Here's the difference between announcing in like the 80s or 90s and today. People didn't have smartphones back then, so you could say anything you want. It was like, oh, they must be right. And now it's like, okay, we're going to fact check.
In real time.
In real time, yep. Foul on Schmerman. Another good opportunity here, and that was the right call.
Schmerman pleading his case. Kyle Trimble, Brian Martin not listening.
Fact check is already in the.
Oh boy, here we go. I was wrong,
in the
right?
Chat. Oh no.
Okay.
Someone's Noticed.
Okay.
That's good.
Daduka with a long drive.
Good opportunity.
That got
there.
all the way through.
And he was looking far post. Just didn't bend enough.
That rattled the plexiglass. Near side for Barry. Barry slips, falls down. De Silva comes up with it. Thought about passing. We'll slow it down and play it back to Souza. Souza on over to Nacho. Nacho sidesteps Almeida. 3.5 to play in the third. Comets ready with their players. They'll work it up, get their system going here. Here's Nacho. Down the near boards to Vucic. And then off the end boards, Paulo picks it up.
Smart play. Notice how he shielded the ball. He was the only one who was going to get that.
Sam Guernsey. He leaves it for Kirby. Correction, that was Pepe. Souza in the Comets' defensive third over to Neto. Nicolau Neto on up to Vucic, who dummies the ball, lets it roll through to Andreos. Christian had it poked away by Guernsey. Sam Guernsey from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Now Souza from Sao Paulo. That one low on the ground, and it was a short hop before Paulo read that one good. 2.5 to play in the third. We're level at 4.
Uh-oh. Daduka.
No, here's Daduka. Back the other way. Gets it out to Bement. Neto got a save or a piece of that one to send it high. Souza kicks it out wide. In the middle, Ellis with a chance. Still pinballing around and then kicked away.
Desperate defense there from the Comets.
Esgate fires and hits it home, and St. Louis regains the lead. It's 5-4. So 3 straight from Kansas City, now 3 straight from St. Louis.
Indoor soccer is a crazy game, Nick Vassos. That it's a game of streaks, it's a game of momentum. And the Comets defense has herded waves here. Too much time and space for SK, and he made them pay. 5-4 ambush. Take a look from another angle. Just too easy.
SK, number 8 on the year. He is their second leading scorer.
What a pickup, too.
No kidding.
Came over during that COVID year from Harrisburg and wound up staying in St. Louis. And one of the best pickups in recent years, in my opinion, St. Louis has had.
Good two-way player. Here come the ambush again. Barry down the right side. Barry goes off the boards. Rebound out to Kirby. Kirby trying to get it into Cristo. Both teams play on. Ball still loose. St. Louis holds it in. Niamsi goes near side.
Comets defense is not organized at all. We'll see if St. Louis gets one more here.
Zachary Drew into the game for the first time. Comets with the ball now. Nacho. He draws a crowd, and a foul called against Kirby. Puts his shoulder into him. Nacho looking for a blue card.
Wasn't going to happen.
Professional foul, correct?
Yep.
1.5 to play in the third. 5-4 St. Louis. What a third quarter we've had. 3 straight by KC, 3 in a row by St. Louis. Now Sodal. Sodal trying to cross it in. We've got a player down on the field. It's Yahic. He goes off, and Bement comes on. Called against the Comets, and it'll be St. Louis's ball, and here they go. Almeida trying to settle it on the blue turf. Bounces around. Palmer gets it. Forward to Junior Kazim. Kazim goes off the boards.
All ball
to
is what
Palmer.
Brian Martin's saying.
Palmer goes down. Niamsi forward to Bement. Here's Bement down the left side. Bement over the ball, takes a shot, and Kazim is there for the Comets. It comes off to Eske, who fires a shot, that one wide. St. Louis is going for changes. Meanwhile, Almeida gets it, and stepping in is Schmerman. Good defensive play by Schmerman. Now, Almeida gets it back. Back to Bement. Schmerman's there, so is Neto. And Neto is shaken up.
And so is Bement.
Tangled up with Bement.
I think Bement got the worst of it, too, because he's holding on to his knee. So we'll take a look at the replay. Comets defense having all sorts of problems. Bement goes in, and there's no intent there on either player. Neto gets the ball. Bement gets his leg twisted up. People will want to look for a blue card either way, both ways, but there's nothing there. but Matt has so much pace. When he starts finishing, watch out, because he has the ability on this near side to make the runs we see from SK. And another good signing from the Ambush this season. They've been recruiting local. In fact, Donnie Alberti, their assistant coach, is now director, or one of their assistant coaches is now director of scouting too. They're in a way kicking it old school, looking for players in St. Louis, which used to be the hallmark of St. Louis indoor soccer teams. Is, and we talked earlier about SLU. St. Louis University, probably all time, if you go back to the 70s, the #1 school for producing indoor soccer professionals. And so you look at SLU, SIU Edwardsville used to be big.
Yep.
I mean, there are a lot of schools, D1 level and otherwise. There are players in St. Louis, and the Ambush are looking to find guys who want to play indoor soccer.
100%. Comets get it into the area. Ball pinballs around a little bit, but back out in front for Leo, and the Comets will reset. Into the corner looking for Souza. Souza goes off the boards. Not a lot of pace on that one. Paulo's got it, and he leads a pass out to Kirby. Kirby and De Silva both give chase. Both players go down. No call. Gibson over to Souza. He chests it over to Atkins and then forward to De Silva. De Silva down the left side. De Silva still going forward. He hits the ground, and it rolls into Paulo.
Brian Martin's been consistent. He's letting him play.
And there's the horn, ending the third. What a third quarter. 6 goals in all. 3 by Kansas City and 3 by St. Louis. At the end of 3, the Ambush 5, the Comets 4 on 38 The Spot and Twitch.
Introducing Domino's new leftovers. It's the same delicious pizza you expect from Domino's, but instead of eating it all tonight, you save some for tomorrow. Sure, it's hot and melty and really delicious, but resist the temptation and you have Domino's leftovers. Domino's leftovers are delicious straight from the toaster oven. They're delicious straight from the skillet.
Who reheats cold pizza?
Right now, you can try Domino's leftovers yourself when you get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each. Enjoy one tonight, love one tomorrow.
Have pain that isn't going away? Come see the trusted experts at Sano Orthopedics. The Latin word sano means healthy, wholesome, intact. We create personalized care plans to return you to health. Learn more at sanoorthopedics.com.
This is your home field. This is your playbook. This is your locker room speech. This is your end zone dance. And with unbelievable resources that serve our community beyond banking, this is your biggest fan. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
Skip the waiting room. With Cable Dahmer Connect, powered by Lyft, we'll come to you. We will pick up your vehicle at your home or office and drop it off once the work is complete. Simply schedule your appointment online at cabledahmer.com to get started.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, standings, and in-depth features. Bookmark the page now so you don't miss a note.
Back live on 38 The Spot and Twitch. Great to have you wherever you might be watching us, whether it's here in Kansas City on 38 The Spot or maybe somewhere across the country on Twitch. Another great crowd here tonight. What was it, 4,600 people here tonight in the building? Something like that. And great atmosphere here at the Comets. So
46-29.
46-29. So great night here and great atmosphere as the Comets huddle up here. There's Leo Gibson and assistant coach Stefan Stokic.
Well, speaking of game here, we appreciate all the fans watching us on 38 The Spot and Twitch, but there's something about being in the arena,
right?
Particularly when it's a 1-goal game going to the 4th on a Saturday night. Being here is quite the experience, and if you want to see a game live, visit Sports Illustrated Tickets for the best tickets to see the MASL action in your favorite arenas. And speaking of our favorite arenas, we'll be back here next Friday Talk about big games. Every game's a big game now for the Comets.
Yes.
Florida Tropics, and they're winning right now against Dallas. So Comets.
And some big changes for Florida too.
Yep. They sent one of the top 5 players in the league today, Zach Reggett and Taylor Walker Bond, up to Harrisburg. Reggett scored for Harrisburg tonight. St. Louis has to be careful because they're sandwiched right now between UCFC and Harrisburg. And 5 teams in the Eastern Conference will make the playoffs. There are 7 teams. You can do some math. You don't want to be 6 or 7.
Well, and St. Louis is going to have a chance here to make good on that. They've got a chance to get some points because 5 of their next 6 games are going to be at home. So St. Louis is sitting in a good spot here as they're in the meat of their schedule, just like Kansas City is. The Comets have Florida, Milwaukee, and a pair with Baltimore coming up. So those games will all be very important for the Comets, as is this game. We are 1-goal game here. Here's Andreos from downtown, and that one sprayed wide to the left. St. Louis.
His girlfriend played against you at halftime. Dulcinea Herrera wearing 31. I thought, watch out. Did some good passes in the game, too.
Goody over to Andreos. Andreos off the boards looking for someone in the box. It rolls through. Kirby kicked it wide. Comets hold it in. Kazim goes down. No call. 14-18 left to play in the game. 5-4 St. Louis. St. Louis on a 3-goal streak here. Ramon Palmer flashing into the box. Could not put a boot on it. Up top, Ray Lee is there. Turns and fires. Then the header rebounded by Sodal. Comes off to William Esque, and he gets it out to Cristo. Cristo off the boards to himself, but a little bit too strong. And De Silva funnels it back for Neto.
Great track back there by De Silva covering for Leo Gibson because Cristo had done the wall pass to himself and he was looking to go off to the races. So De Silva read the play, covered, Comets with the ball.
Good movement by the Comets. Nacho looking into the corner for De Silva, picked off by Pepe. Pepe of the ambush, back the other way, forward to Almeida. Almeida facing the goal. Almeida shoots, and Almeida making a bid for the hat trick.
They were just like daring him to score. He's like, sure, I will if you're going to leave it to me. Opportunity here for the Comets if they can send Big Mike.
Oh, really good pass, almost through to Big Mike.
2-minute penalty.
Penalty coming up.
Totally unnecessary. And Big Mike will spend 2 minutes in the sin bin. He's like, what did I do? Kevin Ellis begs to differ. Kyle Turnbull saw it all the way. In fact, I might have seen it before Kyle Turnbull did. Watch this. Boom.
Ooh.
Kind of fortunate he's not getting a 5 on top of that. We'll see if he does.
Oh, here we go.
That's just going to be 2 minutes.
Okay.
And for the 9,847th time now, Mike can't believe it. He's got to be quiet, otherwise he will get a 5-minute on top of that.
Brian Martin over there in front of the Comet bench talking to head coach Leo Gibson.
So Kenny Mayer's making the video review sign. Comets are going to challenge. This is interesting. So
why would they challenge
Kenny
this?
Mayer is insistent that the Comets need a video review on this, that it wasn't a 2. So this happened right in front of the Comets bench. We're going to find out because from our angle,
the call was charging.
Yeah,
right?
from our angle, it obviously looked like that was a 2-minute penalty.
Yep.
We'll see if there's a different angle that shows a different perspective on it. But the Comets bench, well, Mike couldn't believe it. We got video review here. We'll see.
Let's see here if we can get a good look at it here. Here it is.
I mean, from that angle, it looks like a 2. I'm not sure why they're challenging it. Unless he's saying it was totally incidental. I don't. From that angle, there's not enough to overturn it, right?
I wonder if we have another angle that we could see.
Yeah.
As Bement has a few words for De Silva. Mike returns the favor as well.
Brian Martin's like, here's your 2. Come walk over the other side of the field. They're taking a look at this. Unless there's a different angle, I'm not sure there's going to be enough there for the Comets to win this challenge. And We'll take another look. Same perspective. So is the question that Mike was letting up and it was an incidental? I think that's what they're saying is he was just walking the other direction and it was incidental contact as opposed to an intentional charge.
Okay.
How do you read that from that replay, right? Now watch it from this angle,
here
okay?
We go.
Here you go.
Oh, well, I mean, from that angle, it appeared that Kevin may have embellished just a little bit of it. Well, and it could it be? Now that angle was different.
Yeah, there's
they're going to say it's two. Nope.
So the Comets rolled the dice. They lost. We'll see if they regret using the challenge there. Long story short, they're on the power play 9,847th time in Kansas City soccer history. So nobody's fact-checking this, Nick. How do you know it's 9,847? You got to trust me on this.
It's one of those things before the phones thing, I think. You know, Eric, nobody's willing to challenge that.
That's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time to go through every game. All right, as Ed Bishop would say, it's time to get behind the Rat Patrol, Kansas City.
Here comes St. Louis, led by Kevin Ellis. Right side for Almeida. Ellis's pass ends up down towards Daduka. Daduka and Ray Lee give chase in the corner. Almeida's there. Everybody trying to dig it out of the boards and a whistle. And we're going to have a drop ball in the corner. Kyle Trimble picks it up. And it'll be Ray Lee and Daduka. Back out to Almeida. Left side for Esque. Esque and the ambush leading 5-4. 12:47 left to play in the game. Ellis down the corner to Cristo. Comets get it back momentarily. Leo up the boards and goes over the top, looking for Andreos. Christian in the corner, double teamed. And then he hits the ground. St. Louis back with it. And with 1 minute and 6 seconds, here comes the ambush again. Comets, 4 players on defense. Ramon Palmer, Christian Andreos, Lee Gibson, and Ray Lee. Cristo to Ellis. Here's Ellis from the point. Deflects over to Almeida. Right back to Ellis. Down to the corner to Daduka. Back to Kevin Ellis. Now left side, Cristo. 40 seconds on the advantage. Almeida, right wing. Front and center for Ellis. 32 seconds left. Comets with some contact now. Ellis drives one just above the crossbar. Comes back to St. Louis. 24 seconds left on the advantage. Almeida, he has a pair of goals tonight. Cristo drives one in there, and that one off the crossbar.
Hands wanted a handball.
Didn't
not happening. Not happening.
Now Cristo again, one touch. Down to the corner to Esque. Back to Cristo.
Runs
over Ramon Palmer.
He saw what was going to happen.
He ran over Ramon Palmer.
That was a great defensive play by Palmer. I don't know if we'll catch that in the replay, but Cristo, so good now. He's reading how to use the boards so well. And Palmer took the right step to prevent Cristo from getting an easy shot on goal against Neto.
Ramon Palmer, one of the few remaining players from that 2014 championship team from Kingston, Jamaica, wearing the captain's band tonight. Here's
how to make this step and watch who follows him to prevent the shot. That was great defense by Palmer. So my wife Kimberly is getting on an airplane. I have to pick her up after this game. She's watching on Twitch. She's like, that was an accident. The refs are wrong. But
Palmer's okay.
Sorry, dear.
Hey, Kimberly.
There wasn't enough video evidence to overturn that. People in the chat, hi, Kimberly. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Palmer will go off.
6 seconds remaining. You know, for all the talk we've done over the years about Kenny Loggins and Danger Zone, he's playing at the Family Arena, the home of the St. Louis Ambush, and we haven't been invited yet.
I know.
I kind of feel like there's a miss there.
Right. Here is a shorthanded chance. Junior Kazim! Shazam! Kazim finally nets one in, and the Comets have leveled this game at 5.
We've talked about him all game. He's been dangerous. We're taking a look at the replay on the penalty kill. Big Mike out of the box. Finds Kazim. Oh, he takes a pretty touch and then just dinks it in. Tie game, 5-5. That can happen when somebody gets out of the penalty box. You come the other way and give credit to Big Mike. Gets the 2-minute penalty, comes right out, gets the assist. Junior Kazim on the score sheet. Nick Vassos.
Kazim from De Silva. De Silva, his 4th assist on the season. 5-all.
Neto.
Yeah, and the other end, Neto made a great save. Junior so excited to finally be playing with the Comets. He's had to sit out several games with visa issues, but now cleared to play. And
Kimberly said to say hi. She heard my response.
Junior Kazim from London, England. Under 11 to play in the game. Tied at 5. Last game of this I-70 series.
In the regular season. Who knows what'll happen in the playoffs, Nick?
No kidding.
These teams have played each other recently in the playoffs, too, so anything's possible.
Neto winds up and throws it long. Cristo heads it back to the Comet side of the field. Souza rises up like a fish out of the water and heads the ball.
That was actually Drewy.
Oh, that was
Zachary Drewy. Come on for a shift. 77 looks like 11. Another tall player they brought in.
That one hit by Lucas out of bounds. Turned over to St. Louis. Comets will go for changes.
Man, I haven't even done on this day in Comets history for years, and I have a KC St. Louis one.
Ooh.
I also have an interesting referee one, too. I'll see if I can get them in this quarter.
We'll work those in. Eske and Neto battling in the corner, and it comes out to Kansas City. Goody gets it over to Atkins. Now Goody on the center circle, had it knocked away.
That was B-Man again.
Giving chase. And who's going to come up with the 50-50 ball? Everybody fighting.
Foul on Cristo there.
Comets will get it back. 9:52 to play. More changes for Kansas City and St. Louis. Comets 5-4-4. 4-1-1 here at home. St. Louis 4-6-1. They are in 6th position in the Eastern Division. 1-5 on the road. St. Louis coming in having lost 2 in a row. Comets are coming off after an overtime loss in Milwaukee.
You can't maybe see that Andreos made a long run because Beeman was going to go wide open off a pass from Lucas Almeida, but good defense there by the Comets to recover. That back post run, it's like an Achilles heel for the Comets.
Comets find Junior Kazim, who leveled the game at 5 moments ago. Back to Ali Sodal, who you got to chat with at halftime.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. His coach, I had asked Emmanuel Manny Viel, what should I ask him? I wound up not using the question, so I was telling Ollie, here's what your former Omaha coach asked me, but I figured I'd throw in some Omaha questions. That would be all right.
Comets going for the wall. The score! Oh, what a blistering shot from Ray Lee. That demonstrates the full power, and look how fired up Paulo is.
Goalkeeping.
Wow.
Goalkeeping.
Holy cow. Comets with a restart here in the right wing corner. Nacho behind the ball. Nacho.
Delay warning. I remember when fans used to argue with me when I would say that goalkeeping today is the best it's ever been, and fans would be like, oh, but back in the 80s, like, you're seeing some exceptional goalkeeping this season, the MASL fans. Exceptional.
Nacho drives one in there off of Paulo and another ambush player, and it comes off to Barry, who's bumped from behind, and a foul called on Kazim of the Comets.
But that's okay, because if Barry gets past him, Barry may be off to the races. So smart foul there by Kazim.
Paulo
good ball in.
Yeah, floats one into the corner. That one to Christian Briggs. Ball loose in front of the Comets' goal. And knocked back in. Vucic comes that way with it for Kansas City, and then kicks it into the referee's crease. Too quick of a restart there. Kyle says we got to restart it back here.
We're talking about MASL social media. If you go to Twitter, MASL is showing clips almost in real time, and they got a clip of Paulo's save just from a second ago. That's MASL Arena on Twitter.
8.5 to play in the game, tied at 5. Pepe forward to Kirby. Kirby marked by Atkins Benton, making his debut tonight for the Comets. Briggs now into the corner for Daduka. Daduka off the wall. Gibson got a piece of that one, and it rolls into Neto. Neto up and throwing long.
Good throw.
Oh, what a settle by Kazim. Kazim moving to his left. Fired a shot deflected by Briggs.
He's feeling it.
He is. Kazim gets it back. Kazim still going forward.
Smart goalkeeping. Paulo just put a leg out.
And it ends up back with Paulo.
Well, we kind of wondered Leo Gibson was going to drop back. He inserts Junior Kazim in his spot up front. Kazim's been impressive today, Nick.
Sure has. He leveled the game at 5. Daduka in the corner. Goes off the boards. Shot! That was by the youngster Zachary Drewy.
No foul.
Gibson.
No foul. Daduka's down. Daduka's down, but Brian Martin said no foul. So it should be Comets ball.
You wonder if St. Louis might review this. Ask for a review if it is above the shoulders. Leo Gibson says no. The official, Brian Martin, and the trainer got Daduka sitting up.
It's a tricky one because Brian Martin was right there. And we're going to do media timeout.
This is our media timeout.
All right, let's take a break. We'll take a break with 7:16. Fourth quarter action. Kansas City 5. St. Louis 5. What a game. Stay with us on 38 The Spot and Twitch.
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come, it's good for
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
I'm attorney Mike DiPasquale. This is Kansas City. This is my town. I started a personal injury law firm here because I wanted to help people here. And that's what my team and I do every single day. If you're hurt in Kansas City, I've got this.
5-5 here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Let's do a quick on this day involving both teams. On this day, 2017, it was Alumni Night in St. Charles, Kansas City and St. Louis. There was an alumni exhibition pregame match. St. Louis won 8-4. In the regular game, Comets won 10-4. Some of the alumni players were Jim Schwab, Kansas City, born in St. Louis. Tony Glavin played in both teams. Kim Rutvedt, Daryl Duran, who has his jersey retired, the great Mark Moser, and Jamie Swanner, who also has his jersey retired at the Family Arena in St. Charles.
I remember that. I believe I was there.
I think you were there.
Had fun with the boys.
They didn't let you play, though, right?
No. Hey, let's update some other games around the MASL. Baltimore won tonight at home against Harrisburg 11-3. Florida is at Dallas, and the game tied at 4 at last check. And down in Chihuahua, the Strikers are visiting Chihuahua, and they lead it 2-0. Monterrey and Tacoma a little bit later on tonight.
Who's leading that game in Chihuahua?
I've got Chihuahua 2, Empire nothing. Yep. Oh, ball out front. The St. Louis ambush cannot pounce on it. Kansas City trying to dig it out of the corner. And Palmer has it. Nope, it's Nacho. Nacho kicks it long for Junior Kazim. Kazim picks it up on the near touchline. Inside the last third, Kazim gets it out wide. Sodal shoots just wide. Sodal with a rocket. Came off the glass to Junior. He plays it back to Nacho. Comets will wind up their offense.
Junior's a handful, huh?
No kidding. Really playing well tonight. Under 6. Now in the game, tied at 5. Comets maintain possession. Andreos to Gibson. Gibson off the boards. Andreos loose out front. Kicked away by Eske.
A few nervous fans here at Cable Dahmer Arena.
On the edge of their seat. Nobody's left. Good crowd here. Sodal. Now Eske picks it up. Forward for Almeida. Lucas Almeida with a pair of goals tonight. Fires one in there. That one deflected.
That was going on goal, too.
Sure was. Deflected away before Neto could get a hand on it.
Bad pass, though.
Comets will try to get it away, and St. Louis's Eske is there. Settled it and then tried to hit it with the left foot. Not a lot of pace. Neto's got it.
So when Eske and Bimet are on the same line, you're like trying to look at them and figure out which one's which. They kind of look alike, but Eske, not enough superlatives for his game.
Out of bounds off of Kansas City.
And it's just going to take a couple years.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk to people around the league, typically takes about 3 years to get fully adjusted to the indoor game if you haven't played consistently.
Under 5 to play in the game. We are tied at 5. Duduka off the glass. It squirts in front of the goal. Neto is down and a foul called on St. Louis.
Neto can't believe it. Second time with Bimet. I don't think there was any intention there either. So, I mean, ultimately, sometimes you're going to get fouled in this game, and here you are.
Neto, a quick outlet to Ray Lee. Lee still going forward, hits it with the right foot. Bounces off the inboards a couple of times, and Paulo smothers it next to the goal. Paulo unloads a short arm pass out to Kirby. He's double teamed immediately, and the Comets win the ball back. Souza pushed from behind by Kirby, and a foul called on the ambush. Here's Leo Gibson, the legend, playing on the back line for the absence of James Tagba and John Sosa. What a game between Kansas City and St. Louis, another classic. Souza darting into the corner. Niamsi tripped him up. Souza looking for a call. Both teams play on. Kirby. On up to Niamsi, back to Kirby.
You go back to 1981, there have been over 130 games between St. Louis and Kansas City.
Wow.
A classic indoor soccer rivalry, obviously in other sports too, but maybe the most in indoor soccer. Soon to be coming in Major League Soccer with St. Louis City FC.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
They will play each other 3 times. St. Louis City twice there and 1 at Sporting Kansas City this year.
It's getting down to crunch time, folks. We're under 4, tied at 5. Pepe front and center. Pepe moving to his right. He got the season's first goal for him earlier tonight. Almeida goes down. Both teams play on. Leo looking for someone to pass it to. Gets it out to Ray Lee. Ray going forward. Far post with the right foot. Paulo picks it off.
And Lucas Souza dropped back, did not come into the attack there. So they're at least consciously trying to keep one player back in a crucial situation here in the game.
Souza into the corner. Nacho gathers it up for the Comets. Nacho turns and faces. They'll go to the far side, looking for Kazim. He finds him. Kazim marked by Bimet. Knocked away, St. Louis. Now Bimet.
Good steal.
He's tripped up and a foul. It's
Comets
called on
bench will
Sodal.
not like it. Comets just need to run back.
You're right, the Comets bench went nuts.
Slightly.
Duca goes down in a foul called on Nacho. Now the Comets got to be careful here, maintain their poise. They've had 2 calls go against them here with under 3 to play in the game. We're tied at 5.
Comets foul number 23, Nacho is second for that.
2:49 left to play in the game. Duca winds up, and that one up and over the glass out of bounds.
Some of our older viewers will remember the years where they used to do a 6-foul rule. If you got 6 fouls as a team in a quarter, you got a 2-minute penalty. And so every foul wound up being critical because ultimately that could make a difference at the end of a quarter or end of a game.
Nacho to De Silva. De Silva volleys it over to Schmerman. Now down to the corner to Sodal. Sodal bangs it off the boards. Rebound comes back to Christian Briggs of the ambush, but his pass taken back by Sodal. Comets operating. Here's Andreas. Got space to De Silva. He cannot turn and fire. He does maintain possession. 2:24 left to play in the game. Tied at 5.
I think this is the point where I'm supposed to ask you who's going to be the hero, Nick Vassos.
Boy, I don't know. Maybe Kazim? Maybe Junior Kazim? I'll go with him. Here is Ramon Palmer. Schmerman flashing into the area. But Bement gets there first.
Oh, look who's there. Marcel Berry.
Berry back. Berry moving in towards the middle. And Sodal steps in to disrupt his run. St. Louis gets it back. Ellis coming on. Comets take it back. Here's De Silva. De Silva across the line. Double teamed on the near boards. Kevin Ellis is there. De Silva maintains possession. And we'll play it back. The Comets with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock. Push up. Here's Kazim. Trying to slot it through to Gibson. Kazim still going forward. Goes down.
No foul.
And
no foul.
Ball stuck against the boards. Now Gibson and Paulo give chase.
Maybe the longest whistle I've heard in quite some time. There's a little anger there. Kazim's like, chill, it's all right. Paulo believes that he got kicked. So it was interesting, was the ball outside the box. See if we can get a replay on this. It's going to be tough because it was on the other side of the camera. See if what happens here.
Official timeout on the field.
So Kazim whiffs basically. So it's outside.
Again, I want to remind you, following however this Donnybrook ends.
So there's a push. If we're playing NPSL rules, Nick, there's not much there. They're wanting, players are wanting them to throw the flag, and they're going to throw the flag. So here's what's interesting. Didn't we see this in St. Louis?
We saw nearly the same exact thing in St. Louis.
So we saw Jeff Locker throw a flag, and it works in that they get a power play right at the end of regulation, and that's what ultimately led to them tying the game there.
So let's reset here. Do we know what the call on the field was?
Foul against Kansas City. I don't know if it was on Kazim or Gibson. They were both in there. The question is, will that push after the fact, is that enough for the referees to go 2 minutes on Gibson here? So we'll watch the play go through. So Kazim's going to try to go through SK. Whiffs on the shot, right?
Right.
He's trying to follow through. He didn't want to handball
Paulo's in there. Leo's digging in there.
So the foul's probably on Kazim for obstruction.
For that right there, right?
Right. So the question is, will that... Not the second one, the first one, right? Is the first one enough to justify a 2-minute penalty? Again, St. Louis fans, absolutely. Video evidence. Conclusive. Kansas City fans are going to say, oh, there was nothing there.
This is going to
ultimately, this is a judgment call for Mr. Trimble and Martin because the outcome of the game could happen. But here's the thing. It shouldn't matter. If it's a 2-minute penalty, call the 2-minute penalty. It's not because there's 90 seconds left that they shouldn't call it. Question is there enough there?
Yeah. I don't know. Put yourself in Kyle Trimble's shoes, Brian Martin's shoes. Is there enough to overturn, do you think?
Well, it's not really overturned. It's, do they see it? Did they see it? Did they see enough there? It shouldn't matter if this is the first minute of the game or the last 2 minutes. If it's there, call it. If it's not, don't.
Crucial call. 1:30 left in the game. We're tied at 5. Nope. It's a foul.
They didn't see anything
Straight foul.
But I just want to be clear for the ambush fans watching, because the Kansas City fans are like, of course. If that merited a 2-minute, they should have called a 2-minute. Doesn't matter that the game's on the line. And we saw referees in St. Louis call one on video review with a couple minutes left in the game. So ultimately, I think that Ryan Sigic is going to see this on under review. I have a Ryan Sigic on this day story too that I can share, which I think we have a second. And on this day in 2000, the Attack set a club record with 28 blocked shots in one game, but lost to Wichita 16-8. Shots on goal, 52 for Wichita, 46 for the Attack. Refereeing that game, Ryan Sigic.
Oh my gosh.
So I texted him yesterday, said we were going to do it. He is in Chihuahua doing the game against Empire. He's like, hey, do you have any video of it? No, but I know you were there.
Off the boards from Almeida. Guernsey was flashing in. The Comets come back on the counter. Here's De Silva, one-on-one with Ellis. De Silva winds up the left foot, shot save made by Paulo.
Opportunity for a counter. Here comes Ellis on one side.
3v2,
Kirby
back
on
the other
other
way. De Silva running back. Here's Almeida. Out wide to Kirby.
All ball.
And a good block there by the Comets. Gibson out with it, under a minute to play. Here's Milos Vucic. Comets go for changes. Vucic looking for Souza. Souza gets the ball on the right wing. 44 seconds left. Souza, front and center for Ray Lee. Fires one, save, rebound. Oh my goodness! Kazim!
Did you call it, Nick Vassos? Did you call it? Who's going to be the hero?
Kazim!
We'll see. 37.8 yet. We'll see if it sticks, but Nick Vassos went on the limb and said Junior Kazim would be the hero. Let's look at the replay. Ray Lee, he's going to fire it. Saved by Paulo. Rebound. Follow that loose ball every time. Junior Kazim in the box has been deadly tonight. Step over. We'll pass it back to Ray Lee. Crank it from outside. Save, rebound, goal.
Wow.
Timeout, St. Louis.
We'll keep it right here with 37.8 seconds left. Holy cow. Comets with a chance here to get 3 points, 3 full points, if they could keep St. Louis out of the back of the net for the final 37.8 seconds in this game.
So strategy is going to be interesting because every time we call a St. Louis game, you never know whether they're going to use Paulo and move him up or whether they're going to go 6 attacker with Lucas Almeida. So it's going to be interesting to see which way they go. Paulo has scored in this arena. We've seen it before. He's capable of scoring. We'll see. Junior Kazim's got to be feeling pretty good.
Look at the intensity on his face. Listening to coaches. There's Atkins Benton to his right. Kazim, Junior Kazim.
I probably ought to grab that microphone from you, Nick Vassos, in case I need to run downstairs. But I'm going to stay here just for a little bit. Because I sort of have a feeling I should.
Because given the history of these two teams, St. Louis has scored late in at least a couple of games that I can remember to level the game and then to win it in overtime.
We just saw that. We just saw that in St. Louis. And speaking of St. Louis, because we were there for the first game of SiriusXM FC, Channel 157.
Good job, buddy.
I got it all out. We're going to be back. Harrisburg at St. Louis on St. Patrick's Day. So we're looking for our return on SiriusXM FC, Channel 157.
Okay, here we go. Almeida's wearing the 6th attacker jersey. Comets put Palmer, De Silva, Goody, as in Gutierrez, Ray Lee, and Leo Gibson. Here we go. Clock rolling. Final seconds of this one. Comets lead 6-5. Almeida falls down.
Foul on Andreos. He can't believe it, but it was a foul.
Quick restart. On over to Kirby. Now back to Ellis, front and center. 21 seconds left. Comets. And there's going to be a foul.
And a two's coming. Watch.
Yes,
2-minute penalty.
2 minutes coming.
I think I'm coming downstairs right now, Nick
Okay, buddy.
Vassos. I'll see you in a little bit.
Who?
Junior Kazim, huh?
Kazim, baby.
Let me go see if I can find him.
Okay. 17.3 seconds left.
Penalty, the markers are now off 2 minutes for holding, with just over 17 and a beat or two remaining.
So the Comets go on the power play here with 17.3 seconds left. Should be able to play keep away for the final 3 seconds. Here's Lee. Sends it out of bounds off of St. Louis. It'll stay with Kansas City. Gibson on over to Nacho. 8 seconds left. Back over to Leo. Pops it up into the air. Heads it out of bounds. Only 2.8 seconds left in this one, and it's almost a certainty that the Comets, barring some miracle, are going to get another 3 points and improve their record. Here's Paulo. Paulo winds up and he throws it long. Clock is rolling. Headed into the air. That sound of the horn, and that is it. Comets are winners tonight at home over their I-70 rivals, the St. Louis Ambush. Final score, Kansas City 6, St. Louis 5. And the Comets win the regular season series. The I-70 series, 4-2. Head coach Leo Gibson congratulating his mates. And what a contest between these two rivals. And there's the star of the game, Junior Kazim. His 2 goals in the fourth quarter are the difference in this game. He ties it at 5, and then he wins it in the final seconds, 6-5. Junior Kazim down on the field, and hey, we're standing by here. We're going to join Junior Kazim.
Comets fans, with the game-winning goal, your player of the match, number 44, Junior Kazim. All game, Junior. You were feeling it. We were calling the game on MASL TV, and it seems like every time you were going in the box. What was it like, that last goal, seeing the rebound?
It's unbelievable. At the end of the day, I just want to work hard for this team, and I was just in the right position, and it's all thanks to the man above.
So you were down 2-1 at halftime, got your first goal, a lot happening in the third, then they came back. What was the attitude of this team going into the fourth quarter?
Just don't give up. Just don't give up. No matter what, until the last whistle, just keep going. And that's the mentality.
So a big one, it was going down to the wire. You score in the last minute. How does it feel to you personally to get a game-winning goal in front of 4,629 fans at Cable Dahmer Arena?
Feels amazing, but I don't want to steal the show. It's the whole team and the crowd. Love to everyone that came out. It's all you. It's all you. Thank you.
There you hear it. He's your player of the game, player of the match. 2 goals, game winner in the final minute. Junior Kazim. Back to you, Nate and Nick. Comets win 6-5.
All right, thank you, Eric Bergerud. Appreciate that. The man of the match, Junior Kazim. Let's take a break. We'll wrap it up from Cable Dahmer Arena when we come back on 38 The Spot and Twitch.
What makes an unbelievable moment? The unbelievable work that goes into it. That's why Community America provides unbelievable resources that go beyond banking, so everyone in KC can work towards achieving financial peace of mind. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
Be physical. Separate yourself. Pop it over the defender.
Get on! Step!
Draw the defender in.
Tackle! Turn! Go hard! No shot!
One more defender to beat. Gotta battle. Bent ball, far post. To get to a different level, you have to train at a different level.
What a game. Ray Lee signing some autographs for fans here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Comets winners over the St. Louis Ambush 6-5. Kansas City improves to 6-4-4. St. Louis falls to 4-7-1. And the Ambush remain winless on Saturdays. They are now 0-6. Go figure. That's a really crazy stat.
What a game. It was back and forth. Ambush threw everything at the Comets. Great goalkeeping on both teams. But you called it, Junior Kazim. He was going to be the hero. You got it right.
I know. Do I win anything?
Just my respect and admiration.
What a contest. Comets' next game is Friday, February 10th against the Florida Tropics. St. Louis's next game is on Friday, February 10th against the Milwaukee Wave. For our entire broadcast crew, including producer Brad Zimmerman, and for my broadcast partner, Eric Berggrud, Nick Vassos, saying thanks for joining us and good night from Cable Dahmer Arena.
This is your home field. This is your playbook. This is your locker room speech. This is your end zone dance. And with unbelievable resources that serve our community beyond banking, this is your biggest fan. Community America Credit Union. Believe in unbelievable.
38th The Spot is your spot for the Kansas City Comets. It's a game of speed, finesse, skill, and accuracy. And nobody plays indoor soccer better than your Kansas City Comets. Don't miss any of the heart-stopping action. Watch on 38th The Spot, your spot for the Kansas City Comets.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Cause when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And with the Planet Fitness Black Card, I can bring a guest anytime. And I can work out at any Planet Fitness location. And even relax in the Black Card spa. That sounds great, but how can I get the most out of my membership? And I can sign up for zero enrollment. Doesn't sound like one. That's not what I'm hearing. Okay, sign me up.
Get the PF Black Card for zero enrollment, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends November 15th. It's glow time.